besides the sky, of course. I am back, and I already said my first Ooh. Oh dear, I can hear myself. Okay. How do I? Oh, okay. All good. Music is chill. Yeah. Yes. So, hi everyone. I am so sorry that I'm late today, and it's like only my second stream, but like, I mean, I have been watching a little bit of Streamer U, and Professor L did say that, like, very few people actually have their second stream, and actually that was the thing that kind of was like, oh, I better like really make sure I actually do my second stream, because otherwise, like, I might have procrastinated or like put it off for another day or something. But like, I couldn't really miss my medical appointment. I'm gonna just like, I'm not big on like drama. I like try to avoid. I try to avoid drama like the plague, but like drama seems to always find me. Like, I totally get it when Taylor Swift said that in her song Endgame. I love that song. And like, I swear I don't love the drama, but the drama loves me. I'm kind of like that. It's like, I try to avoid the drama, but it kind of happens. Which is partially because I am a bit of a klutz. I'll admit that. I enjoy playing sports. I am completely and utterly uncoordinated though. And I have had several concussions because I have just been hit with the ball. By the way, softballs are not soft. That is a complete misnomer. That is like, they're not. Like, I was like in primary school, so this was like when I was a child. So it was many, many years ago. But basically, yeah, we were playing softball. Someone like hit the ball and was running for the bases, and I was like square, like the ball was coming right at me, and I was like square on, and I was like, I'm gonna catch it, I got it, and it smacked me in the face. I really don't got it. And the next thing I knew was I woke up in the sick bay, and I was just like, what day is it? What year is it? Who am I? What's going on? And I had amnesia for a little while. But, I mean, and that was just one time that sort of thing happened to me. But, so, okay, so I will preface that today's medical situation was not in fact an emergency. In fact, it was kind of the opposite of an emergency, in the sense that, so what happened is I have allergies. And they had been pretty mild for most of my life. Usually it's completely manageable. It's completely mischief managed, and I usually am totally fine with taking it, like if I break out in a rash or have asthma attack or whatever, I take an antihistamine, I take my puffer, and it's all chill, and I'll be fine like the next day. After, you know, sleeping it off or whatever. But recently, a few months ago, it's been a few months ago, it was a little while ago, for those that do follow me on on Twitter, the other thing that starts with a T, which, by the way, I should actually post on Twitter, because I post the song of the day, like, every day, because I have a passion for music. Absolutely love music. All kinds of music. And I actually worked as a wedding and events DJ. So, I, like, in Dungeons and Dragons terms, I am a bard. And I have that in my soul. That is just who I am. So, Okay, it's asking me to log in. So, yeah, I post the song of the day regularly every day on Twitter. And, I mean, and the way it happens is I wake up in the morning and it's just the song that comes to me that it's like, I'm inspired. I will say Ludwig does inspire a lot. Like, I'll watch his stream and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired. And then I'll post the song. But, I mean, it could be anything. Like, I could just wake up one morning and I'll be like, oh, I saw a bird, and then I'll, like, think, why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? And just like me, they long to be close to you. And then I'll put Close to You by the Carpenters. So it'll just be like, it could be random. But whenever I just feel inspired, and like, I mean, it's a fun little thing that I hope inspires other people or makes other people feel like all warm and fuzzy and lovey-dovey. Because I mean, I gotta say, I'm a real sucker for the love songs, like the really romantic love songs. I'm like, I love action flicks and, like, you know, being tough and all that, but like, love songs, man, they're just, they get you in the heart, right? So I have not posted one for today. Which I will later. But I am going to post on Twitter that I am on Twitch, if I can figure that out. I'm very new to this streaming, if it's not obvious. I did do, like, regular videos on my YouTube channel. So some people might, and I'm planning on putting the VODs up on my YouTube channel. So, okay, there I am. I can mute myself, that's good. Oh. When I lean over, I kind of disappear off the screen. Okay. Ooh, okay, so how do I share this with people? Because I probably should share this. Oh, there's a button. There's a button! I found the button. There's a share button. For those that don't know, it's a square with an arrow pointing upwards, and it's just under that, like, you know, person with the... Oh, I got a 1! So, hi there! I haven't figured out how to, like, put the chat on the screen yet. I do apologize for that, but as I was just telling my wonderful, beautiful chat that I hope grows in numbers, that I am a complete noob at this, and I am thus learning what I'm doing. So, okay, firstly, I'm in the wrong account. I do have a public Facebook page that is separate from my private Facebook page. And I think it's kind of important that I keep that separate, because I do have, of course, friends that prefer their privacy. So we can do this and post that I am live. I'm live and alive right now on Twitch, and this is my second ever Twitch stream. Yay! I am live and alive on Twitch right now. Come join me. Okay. And I hope that a few people might see that and come in, because I have been posting on Facebook like a set of times that I had calculated, like all the like time zones. Yeah, you know, because like which I have noticed that Twitch has recently implemented that they are now automatically calculating the time zone thing. because they were like, oh, why is the World of Warcraft streamers always getting so many more viewers? And that's because us World of Warcraft players, we know how to coordinate a raid. And coordinating a raid is very much just making sure everybody knows exactly when they're supposed to be there, and even if they're like, you know, on it in another country. I've been in many raids that had people from all over the world. I play a resto druid, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. I do love healing. I actually really love it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, healing's kind of boring. You just kind of sit in the back and, like, you know, play whack-a-mole with the, with the health bars. But, like, I don't know, I find it mostly relaxing. I mean, it's kind of funny because it's like mostly relaxing, but when it's like the, you know, hits the fan, it's like, whoa! It's like, oh my god, gotta keep him alive, gotta keep him alive! Ah! Right? But I mean, you know, okay. I am back. Live on Twitch right now. Live and alive on Twitch right now. Come on in and join. Okay, so let's see. So that should come up on Twitter. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Speaking of music, does this seem chill or not? I kind of like it. I'm vibing. It's a little bit melancholy. I think I'll turn it down a little bit though, so you can perhaps hear me a bit better. You can hear me okay, right, chat? Anyway, so I went on a lot of different tangents there. Starting off with sorry, I was not here earlier today. I had a medical appointment, which was because I have all my life suffered allergies, but like they were usually, you know, mischief managed. But recently I did end up in the hospital and for like 3 days because I did have my very first anaphylaxis, like totally passed out in the doctor's office, quite dramatically actually. What happened was I had some food that that wasn't safe for me, which was kale. That's right, a vegetable. They were like, be healthy, they said, you know, a vegetable won't hurt you. You know? And it's like, the one time I was like, I'm gonna be healthy and have a vegetable, it almost killed me. And like, people are like, oh, you know, why aren't you a vegetarian? And like, you know, you care for animals. Because I do care for animals. Soft and fluffy. I love the soft and fluffy. I'm like, I identify as a Tabaxi. And I have a cat. And people are like, oh, if you love animals so much, shouldn't you be vegetarian? And I'm like, I can't. Like, seriously, I tried a vegetable and it almost killed me. I ended up in hospital. So, I am very much a carnivore. But, like, I mean, I try really hard to try to, like, have vegetables in my diet. But, like, very often they'll make me sick. They're just part of things that I'm allergic to. I'm allergic to like fruit and like all sorts of things that like people would be like, well, isn't that considered healthy? And I'm like, well, that kind of like put me in a hospital. So you never know what people are struggling with, and I truly believe that everyone's body, they should have complete autonomy and control over their own body. So they should be allowed to decide what they put inside their body, especially food. So, and what they do not want to put in their body. So, and I mean, and it's completely up to them. If they want to put junk food in, like, I'm definitely not gonna judge. at all. I drink Coca-Cola all the time, and the funny thing, I'm allergic to like all other soft drinks. Like they've got preservatives and colorings and stuff that like I break out in a rash if I drink any of the other ones. So I can only have like classic Coca-Cola, and so because of that, I drink a ridiculous amount of classic Coca-Cola, like a ridiculous amount. Like I like literally just finished a bottle before I came on stream, and I mean, with the allergies as well, is like something about Coca-Cola like just helps you to be awake, because allergies have a way of just kind of making you kind of dopey and sleepy, which is why the EpiPen is actually like pure adrenaline. That's what like, you know, kicks you out of like, you know, passing out. So what was I going to say? Oh yes, so I ended up having an appointment, and it was one of those things where it was like just, it's the opportunity to have the appointment. I've been on a wait list for like a ridiculous amount of time because these specialists are like really like fully chock-a-block booked, because not many people go into that like specialization, and particularly here in Australia, there's like a lot of people that do suffer allergies. There's something about the pollen and the like dry air and all of that that kind of just makes it very common to get allergies, especially if you're an immigrant that's moved from another country, because the change in like the overall air and environment just kind of throws off your immune system a bit. So I was in this queue for like ever, and I finally an appointment opened up, so I'm like, oh, it's medical. So I am sorry, I had to prioritize like my medical thing over streaming, and that is kind of like, it's rare for me. I usually do actually put work ahead of like a lot of other things that are like, I mean, some people might be like, oh, you should probably not, but yeah, but that's what happened. So that was a non-emergency medical appointment. That is the reason why I wasn't streaming earlier today. And speaking of non-emergency, well, okay, so it wasn't exactly a medical reason, but this comes back to the whole ComicCon thing, is I was booked and scheduled to meet with Edward Furlong and Linda Hamilton from my favorite movie of all time, The Terminator. I love that movie like so much. It was probably one of the earliest exposures to movies that I had as a child, and I know that's kind of wild to think about now, because like you think about like how all these movies are like, you know, like they were violent, you know, they had a lot of violence in them, and they were very like, I suppose M-rated, or like 18 plus, like it was like rather dramatically, like, you know, a child probably in this day and age is not likely to be allowed to watch these things, right? But yeah, I was a 6-year-old kid, and my parents let me watch like all kinds of stuff in the 80s, like, oh, ridiculous. I was watching Aliens, right? And they thought nothing of it, right? And Predator, and like pretty much everything that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in. I was like a huge Arnie fan. And I just remember being completely and utterly awestruck by this movie. To me, it was absolutely amazing. I grew up with, like, my dad is a mechanical engineer as well, so I very much grew up around, well, back then it was like the beginnings of robotics, so I was a very privileged and lucky kid to get like a 186 computer, like the first personal computer Dad brought home for me, and he took me to swap meets, and I got my first computer game, and it was just so much fun to play like the retro games, you know, Tetris, Space Invaders, but the ones that I played the most was Alley Cat and Digger. And at the time, Digger was just really, really chunky pixels. Like super chunky. To the point that I actually did not know it was a dog digging up bones. Like, I was like, this square is just chasing this other square, and this group of squares is like, you gotta stay away from this group of squares, but like this group of squares, you're supposed to collect this group of squares. And I had no idea that it was actually a dog, and later on I was like, why is the dog being chased by ducks? That doesn't make much sense. In fact, that made less sense than this group of squares was chasing this other group of squares. But what I'm saying is, like, I grew up with technology, like, around me a lot in the 80s, when it was like, it was very crude and chunky, and I can understand why the big fear that everybody had of, like, killer robots taking over the world, which, I mean, I find, like, looking back is like, that is kind of ridiculous, because it's more likely now, and this is what happened in the Y2K, was like that computers would not work when we needed them to, and then, like, you know, planes would fall out of the sky. So it's like more likely that we rely on them and then they don't, like, take care of us, that, you know, that humanity ends by the hand of robots, than it is that they actively try to kill us. But especially since, you know, Asimov, and I love Asimov books. I've been reading the Robot series, the movie I, Robot was based on one of the short stories, and there are, like, a big collection. Like, I have the big novel floating around somewhere. I need to find that book and finish reading it. Anyway, I went on a bit of a tangent again, didn't I? Yes, the Terminator. Yes. So I did get to meet Linda Hamilton, and she was absolutely lovely. It happened so quickly. Like, I basically saw her, was like, and she was like, back, and then I ran over, and straight away she put her arm around me and, like, you know, pulled me close to, and then they took the photo, and then she kissed me on the shoulder as I was walking away, and I squealed. I just full on went, and then I went, thank you, and she looked at me like shocked, like she was, like, worried I was gonna get mad or something, but I was just like, thank you. And then as I walked out, I heard them talking, like, the photographers and stuff, saying, oh yeah, she's never washing that jacket again. Oh yeah, she's gonna frame it. It's like, yeah, she's never washing that shoulder. And I mean, I have the jacket over there. Well, say the jacket that I was wearing, and I do have the jacket over there, and I am considering just framing it and just never washing it. And it's really funny because, like, that's the first time I ever wore that jacket. That's, like, a brand new jacket. And yeah, but okay, just, she has so much humanity and aura, just, like, that came off her, that was just, like, it was just so warm and lovely. And I think, like, she's definitely one of the best interactions I've had with a celebrity. I do frequent these Comic-Cons and try to, like, meet celebrities when I can. So I have met a few, but because, yeah. And I was like, the Terminator, man, I have to. I was like, this is seriously once in a lifetime opportunity. And I am so glad that I did get to meet her, and that, yeah, I was, like, seriously buzzing, absolutely buzzing and tingling and everything, like, afterwards for, like, ages. For, like, yeah. I was, like, at the booth and I was still going, I was seriously so happy. Yeah, and I have my Rubik's Cube with me, and I was, like, trying to do the, like, Annie, like, thumbs up, but, like, obviously my hand was a bit low here, and I didn't quite get it up, like, up. But, I mean, you can still kind of see I'm still kind of holding a thumbs up. And yes, as you can see, I wore my Tabaxi years. I'm so glad I did. I actually like left the house, drove partway down the road, and then was like, "Where's my ears?" And I was like, "I have to go back and get my ears." So I went back and I got my ears. Yeah. And yeah, it turned out to be the better decision to drive there because I had previously, as I was in this very stream room, this. Hold on, I am getting a phone call. I'll be right back, chat. I have to deal with something, but I will actually leave you guys on while I go deal with that. I've got the feeling that Mum is sitting on her phone because it is like repeatedly calling me. I will be right back. I'll be right back. Oop. Okay, I'm back. Oh, and since I'm out, this is the leather jacket that Linda Hamilton kissed! She kissed me on the shoulder! Oh my god! Okay, yay. Okay, it's getting a little bit busy and crowded in here because I have been planning and thinking about content. Yes, I'm a streamer now. I have to, like, you know, plan content. And I have plenty of that. Coming. But like, my friend also, he wanted to get a picture with the three of with me and Linda as well. So because yeah, he traded in his token because we were also supposed to meet Edward Furlong, and Edward Furlong plays John Connor in Terminator 2, so the second one. And I had a massive crush on him, okay? I thought he was, like, so cute and handsome at the time, and, like, you know, I was like, he was so hot. And I just, so I was, like, super excited to meet him. And, I mean, so I was pretty disappointed when I found out that he wasn't coming. Because I went there and I was, like, trying to, like, queue up for the tokens and stuff, for the photos. And that's when they told me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then one of the fans was like, oh, he has to give a reason why. And I was like, no, he doesn't. If he just doesn't want to, like, you know, he's, you know, but, like, Anyway, it wasn't until like afterwards, when my friend went and traded in the tokens, he found out that it was like, oh, because on the way to the airport, Edward had someone have the car crash in front of him. Like, he wasn't in the car, like, he wasn't one of the cars in the car crash, but like, he was driving and the car crash like happened right in front of him. And so he was late, he missed his flight, and then he kind of just took it as like, oh, maybe he, like, yeah, that he took it that, like, you know, maybe that was a sign that he shouldn't be there. So, like, I mean, and I totally and utterly understand that. I know, like, a lot of people, when it's like they tell you something that's like, oh, horrifying or traumatic or something, the better way of responding to that is asking them more about it and, like, you know, comforting them and saying, you know, it'll be okay, but like, he's not physically here to say or do that. So, because like, if you launch into like, oh, I had that exact same thing happen to me, that kind of does make it all about you. And so I'm like, I notice that I sometimes do that I go, oh, I had the same experience, right? But because like I like instantly feel like relatable when it's like, oh, I had the same experience. But he's not here to comfort, but I do send out my comfort if he hears this at all. I'm like, it happens. It happens sometimes, and I understand that it's very, very traumatic and scary. And yeah, it does kind of give you the, ooh, maybe that's just a sign, you know, the sign is like to hang back. And obviously, things like you go through shock, you go through a whole bunch of emotions of like, you know, shock, denial, sad, anger, all that sort of stuff. You go through the feelings. You got to process when you see something like that happen in front of you. And I know that because I did have a similar experience when I was driving home one day from a hair modeling gig. And yeah, I was at there's like this spaghetti intersection near my place that's like got like several different directions, and I pulled up and I was gonna turn into my road, and like I had the green arrow, so like, and the cars next to me, like, their lights were green, and the other street was red. But I saw a car coming, hurtling along, and I realized, like, I clicked, I was like going, they're going too far. They're not going to stop. Because they had some wooden planks in their car, and I think one of them must have slipped onto the accelerator or something, because I saw the plank, like, shift, and then the car actually accelerate, like, actually start going even faster. And I realized they were going to run the red light, and I slammed on my brake, and I kept... and I pressed the horn, try and warn people, but the truck that came out next to me, he said that, like, later on he told me he heard the horn and that's why he tried to swerve. So he had started turning and then he swerved a little, and this other car just slammed right into him, like T-boned him. And I was just, like, shocked, and he came up to my window and, like, asked if I saw what was going on and took down my details and everything, and I was like, yeah, I totally saw that they ran the red light, it was totally not your fault and all that. And so luckily, like, that helped, like, with the insurance and everything, and that, you know, the police were able to, like, determine that it was in fact an accident, that the plank, like, you know, caused, the plank shifting caused that. And yeah. But obviously, yeah, it was a rather shocking, scary experience to see it happen in front of you. In my case, it was like, at least nobody was killed or hurt. I mean, I think he did get, like, injured, like bruising injured, like not severely injured, but injured. And he, like, so he was okay. But yeah, it was. And, oh my goodness, I gotta tell you, like, as an Asian girl, okay, like, it's even more like, and when I try to tell my friends about it, I'm like, I know, I'm the Asian girl, and I had nothing to do with this accident, okay? I had nothing to do with it. Like, I'm not the stereotype, I'm a super careful driver, I promise. Right? And I'm like, yeah. Extra Emily, you are not helping our image here, okay? I'm a super careful driver, I promise. Anyway, so, but that's why Edward Furlong wasn't there, and I totally understand that seeing something like that happen in front of you is a very shocking and scary experience. So I'm certainly not mad at him for not being there. And I kind of feel like it's Terminator 3 all over again, that it was like, I mean, because the guy that ended up playing John Connor in Terminator 3, he was like all cool in that. I think he was the guy that was from Malcolm in the Middle, I think. And that was also something when I saw T3, I was like, I can't unsee him as the brother from Malcolm in the Middle. And it was like, yeah, T3 all over again. I was just like, I mean, it was still great, sure, but it's not the same without Edward Furlong. Like, Edward Furlong's John Connor in my head, and like in my mind and heart, I was just like, John Connor is Edward Furlong. Edward Furlong's John Connor, you know? So for me, it's a little bit hard to reconcile that, like, yeah, that. So sad that I didn't get to see him, but like totally understand. And I think, and I mean, I get it, because like I know a lot of actors do get like a lot of hate when they do miss some of these events and things. But I'm like, if the Terminator has taught us anything, we are human, right? People are human, and like humans, things happen with humans, feelings happen, you know? Try to be understanding and kind about it. Yeah. And yeah, that's why I absolutely love the Terminator. Like, I love the Terminator so much, because it's like the machines against humanity, you know? It's like that war and that like violence against that love and passion and gentleness and sweetness and tenderness that is human, you know? So yeah, still my favorite movie of all time. It very, very closely was like rivaled by The Matrix, because like when I saw The Matrix, I knew just from that green text, like that was all they had in the teaser trailer. Like it just said The Matrix and nothing else, and it was just like, oh, what's The Matrix about? And everyone was like, oh yeah, what's The Matrix? And I seriously saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna love this movie. This is gonna be my favorite movie. I love this movie. And I saw it and I was like, yes, I absolutely love this movie. But it's not as good as Terminator. Like the Terminator #1 favorite. And even though like, you know, Edward Furlong was in the second one, and the second one was like amazing, and to a lot of people do prefer the second one, and I understand that. I get where they're coming from, but like I've just got a really, really like special place in my heart for the original. There's something about the OG that's like authentic, that feels like so like where it all started. It feels like the beginnings, you know, the fresh beginning. And I mean, I'm like that about Star Wars and like all the other like, you know, franchises that have like, you know, several series and stuff. It's like I might love the whole thing. I love a lot of Star Wars, but like the first one always has a special place in my heart. So yeah, so Linda Hamilton. Oh my god. I'm actually still tingling. Like, even telling you about it now, it's like, I'm still tingling. 'Cause really, her performance was absolutely amazing, and I mean, it's so obvious why she was like the one for the part, because she does bring this amazing human quality. Like this really like loving and compassionate, warm human. Like, I don't know how to explain it more than it's just so incredibly human. She does bring that aspect to the, and that's like what really, I think that's what really made the movie work so well, and what really like spoke to me so deeply and stuck with me like all these years, that it was like that humanity and against the machines. And I mean, I love both. I absolutely love machines. I have a degree in IT because I studied IT. I did actually want to go in robotics. I did in high school. I did compete in some of the technology, like not robot wars. They were like, I forgot what it was called, but it was like some sort of, it was a competition for building technology, and I always enjoy like building projects. Speaking of building and projects, well, this isn't exactly building, it's more painting. For those of you who have been to my art channel on YouTube, the concept, I think, on there was that I basically, I want to do art and just like, you know, talk and have philosophize while doing art. And I realized what the problem with that series was. Firstly, I was quite somber back then, because my cat had passed away. We have since gotten another cat, but I was like going through a grieving period, so that like I was not as peppy as I am sometimes. And like, I mean, that's the thing about me though, and I think quite a lot of people, is that you have more than one feeling, like you have more than one mood, you know? So sometimes you can be like super like cheerful and stuff, and sometimes you could be going through something, so you could be like a little bit sad and somber. Maybe even depressed at points in time. But like, I mean, that's what life is, full of ups and downs, and like feelings come and go, and you know, it keeps perpetuating, keeps going. So, I mean, especially if you are feeling down, like, a phrase that always, like, is one of the wisdoms and philosophies is, like, this too shall pass. So, when you're going through bad times, know that there'll be good times eventually. Like, I mean, and I know there can be like, sometimes you feel like you've been in a pit so long that you've been, and you're like, oh, when is it gonna end? When is the horrible gonna end? But like, it will. Like, seriously, trust, have faith. There will be better times. There are always better times. Excuse me, my allergies are making me sniffle. I'm just gonna go a little bit off camera and deal with the eyes itching and the sneezing. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, about the art. Yes. And I realized the bigger problem about the art was I was trying to paint like a gigantic canvas. And that takes a very long time to get like any really good results. So I haven't even finished like what, I mean, I guess I'll call it the base coat. Like, I haven't even finished like the basic levels of things yet, because like painting is very much a layered kind of situation. And I mean, Bob Ross is amazing, and he does it so quickly. And it always looks so good when he does it. And I mean, he was trying to say anybody can paint, but I'm just like, not all of us are that talented, and some of us need a lot more practice. And for me, I think I need a lot more practice. I think God did bless me with some levels of talent when it comes to painting, but I think I realized that big canvases should not be what I paint on, because I realize I'm much better at painting these cute little things. Isn't this adorable? I think I have been debating whether or not I'm gonna put another wash on, like, on to like really get the scales to pop a bit more. And I have been trying to decide whether I should do the wash in a dark purple or a bright red. I would certainly appreciate anyone who does paint miniatures to give me advice. To all those mansplainers out there, get your explanations in right now while I am still very much a noob and open to the advice before I become to know it all about it. Okay, so so I'm asking right now if anybody, like, certainly post in comments, show up in stream and like tell me what you think about me painting miniatures, and any advice. I am aware of things like the dry brushing technique, wet brushing. As you can see, I decided to give it a little like manicure with like the red nails. I think the gold paws might be a bit too bright, so I might try to blend it out a bit more. But overall, I'm actually super, super happy with it, especially the wings, because I did get enough of the dry brushing of the, like a red blush sort of on the wings that you can actually quite easily see the detail of the wings. Although I'm like, I missed a spot. I can see it. I missed a spot. I missed a spot. It's like right there. You do have to kind of like hold it like this and then like look really, 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 really close to see the spot that is missed that you can't even see on the camera, because if I hold it too close it goes too like blurry. But like, and I couldn't decide what color to paint the base, but the guys that I was like at the table with was like gray and then little specks of gold, and then later they said it only looks really good if you glue on like small pieces of gold, so you have to go find some small pieces of gold. And I'm like, okay, so that's another thing I need to go do, is find some small pieces of gold to glue onto the base, so that and yes, I love how tiny this is. This is actually, and the base is like small enough that it's like the size of like one square on the board, that it will fit nice and neatly inside the one square. And these are small little companion type sized ones. And so big shout out to Pluto Minis. Pluto Minis, okay? I absolutely love their minis because their minis are the right size to be playable. Right size to be playable. Okay. I had been complaining so much to my friends that I had seriously bought minis from everywhere else, from like from Temu, from Etsy, from eBay, from like I had bought several minis, and I mean, it says in the description miniatures, it says small, it says for D&D, and then I get it and I open the box and I'm like, it's too big, it takes up like 4 squares. Like I'm a single player, I am a tiny Tabaxi, and like this is the only one from Temu that like that showed up that was like, at least this is like playable size. But it also did not come with a base, so I would still have to like find a base for it, and I've just been using Blue Attack as the base. But the Blue Attack's been pretty like helpful, especially since Tabaxis have a climb speed, so they can climb up things. So we've had like you know, the miniatures, we have like the little posts and the little trees and stuff, and I've been able to like just stick my Tabaxi onto like the side of a tree that she's been climbing. So yeah, the Blue Attack's been actually better than a base, I must say. I mean, you could always stick the Blue Attack onto the base, and that could also stick onto things. That could work too. So I don't know. Maybe I will get bothered to get a base, but if I get bothered to get a base, I'll be like, I also have to paint the base. And oh yeah, so this I've also been painting. This one I think still needs a fair bit of work. Like, I mean, I like how I got the yellow pages. Yellow pages. And I'm happy with the hat and the robes. I got a little bit of shine on the robes. I mean, I like it, but yeah, some of my friends were saying that it looked better, it would look better matte because it would look more like a felt or something, instead of like kind of a leather kind of look. And I mean, I respect that. I respect that. Maybe I'll reconsider and repaint the coat. Maybe even get something, like, I might actually get some flocking and try to get it, like, and if I get flocking, then I might as well get the white flocking to get, like, the fur and stuff as well. But yeah, I realize that maybe I should be painting minis and not giant canvases. I find painting the minis, first of all, like, this one was painted in one session, so this was like 3 hours maybe. And I think the same thing for this was well, I think I did 3 or 4 sessions of this, because I really went in with the details on the flowers and the leaves. And I had to wait between coats. So this was maybe 3 or 4 sessions, but like they were only like 3 or 4 hours each time. So I mean, comparatively with the canvases, which I've been painting for months and they still haven't really gotten like anywhere, like the amount of progress on them hasn't been that much. Like just the fact that the smaller surface area, I think it's just easier to like get more satisfaction from like completing like at least parts of it, or at least completing layers, and like, I mean, look at them, they're like so freaking cute. So anyway, again, Pluto minis, absolutely love them. That love the Pluto minis. That they're actually playable size, very very important, extremely important. I'm so annoyed that so many of the other ones were like, you know, too big to actually be viable to play. So Pluto minis, they've got actual playable size. And so I was saying to them that I play Tabaxi, so I need a cat. Anyway, this is supposed to be a familiar, but they gave me a mini to paint. This was like right at the end of the day, so they were like, oh, unless you can come in tomorrow, we won't have time to actually paint it there. But like, yeah, but they were able to give me the mini, so I've got the mini, and I guess I'm gonna have to paint it on stream at some point, so that's a plan. I am so yeah, I'll be planning. I actually already bought the Tabaxi set of Pluto minis, so I bought both sets. They have 2 sets. They have set A and set B. You can also like buy them individually. I do also have this other one that I got like ages ago that was also like just a cheap one off Temu, and I mean this one was the right size, but it wasn't right for the character that I was playing. And I really wanted one with a crossbow, and I couldn't find one with a crossbow. Pluto Minis has one with a crossbow. I was like, oh my god, why didn't I find this place, like, earlier? So, yes. So, I am going to definitely have a few streams where I paint some of the minis, and we can discuss things like whether or not I should do it glossy, matte, or colors, what color I should paint certain things. I do kind of like the whole pinks and purples and the... Oh dear. Okay, I do like pinks and purples. I very much like the more pop colors of pinks and purples. As you can see, I love pink. I painted this wall as well. And yeah, I do like pinks, and I do like blacks too. I do like black and neutrals. I mean, I love lots of colors. Again, I've got a wide interest in colors, but I also really love metallics, like pearlescence and metallics. It's just, it's so, like, it's a little extra, you know, it's a little bit of shine, but like I also like think that it's good to balance it, so like have some matte and some, you know, bling. That really makes the bling stand out more when you've got like a matte base. So that's something I will probably be doing quite regularly, is doing some painting, especially since I've got a whole set to paint now, so it'll be good to like do that. As well as I have also from ComicCon, I went shopping crazy, and I was so blessed. Because I had like a bunch of medical bills and stuff because of the allergies and specialists and everything, and so I was like really strapped for cash, and I was like crying to my parents, and my dad was like, "Don't worry about it, here," and he just like paid for it, and I was just like, "Thank you, Daddy." So yes, so I guess I'm sponsored by my parents, but what ended up happening was I got some, and I didn't know they had this. Magic the Gathering has One Piece. So this is the Azure C7 One Piece cards. This one as well. 2 Legends. And this one, the Time of Battle. So yes, One Piece Magic the Gathering cards. I love Magic the Gathering, by the way. I do actually like play Magic the Gathering a lot. In fact, I've been teasing for a while now that at some point, at some stage, I will be unboxing the Final Fantasy ones. I'm kind of like really nervous to do it though. Like I'm procrastinating about it so much because I'm like, it's so mint. Oh, I did scuff the corner. Oh, I think that's a sign I have to unbox it. But yes, so exciting. I love Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy when I was I wasn't really a kid. I think it was my 22nd birthday. Okay, so you know how most people have their 21st birthdays? I procrastinated and ended up having it on my 22nd. But my dad bought me a PlayStation 2. And at the time, my parents did not understand that you need to have a memory card. So I was just afraid to turn off the machine. I was like, I'm just going to play the game until I finish it. And so I did. I just like, well, my birthday's in December, so that's usually December break. It was like the Christmas break. Thank God. And so I had like the whole Christmas break to like, to play these games. So I played Final Fantasy all the way through. I got quite far into the game, and then it was like a few days later, Dad was like, "You haven't slept in days, what's wrong?" And I explained to him, "You need a memory card. If the machine turns off, then I lose all the progress of my game." And he was like, "Why didn't you just say that?" So we did eventually end up getting the memory card, and I ended up being able to save my game. But, yeah. And I was unlocking every single one of the, secret weapons, like the, special weapons as well. So, yeah, I was deeply traumatized by chocobos. Every time it's like, bluebirds! Bluebirds! I was like, it's like an Alfred Hitchcock film in here! And to the point where it was like, it took me ages before I finally got the mount for my blood elf in World of Warcraft, because every time I was like anywhere near the chocobos, I was like, Bluebirds. Bluebirds. I was like, I was seriously traumatized by it. Anyway, I also got, and this is such a blast from the past, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell, Turtle Power! And it's got Raphael. Raphael's my favorite. And there's also like, the blue one, the blue one's Leonardo. The purple one's Donatello. The blue one's Leonardo, who's well, I mean, Donatello and Leonardo always like argued about who was like the leader, but I mean, I reckon it was Leonardo. I reckon Leonardo was so much more a leader than Donatello. But Donatello was definitely a very smart one. Like, he was kind of the brains of the operation, but like leadership, I reckon it was Leo. And I just love Raphael. He was like the sarcastic one. I love the sarcasm. I really do. I mean, I think that's why I also used to have like a massive crush on Ryan Reynolds, because he also was like super sarcastic. Like, I mean, he still is. He's like super sarcastic all the time. And he does it so well. It's so funny. Yeah. So I'm gonna be unboxing these, but I do want to have a couple of episodes of my Magic the Gathering stream on Fridays first before I do open these up. So stay tuned to that. Yeah. So that's exciting. And I was like so stoked and super happy because so not only was it like, oh yeah, the Magic the Gathering One Piece cards, right? I was like, I gotta have something to keep it in. So I also got the box to keep it in. Which comes with another set of booster packs on the inside of it as well. So I will also be unboxing those on stream at some point as well. So I would like to get 2 or 3 other, like, some general Magic the Gathering stuff in before I do those unboxings, but they're coming. They're coming soon. Coming soon. Also, I got Gravity. Why have thou forsaken thee? Gravity. Okay. Gravity. Okay. So. Oh dear. I dropped things. Gravity. Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to hug me. I did not consent. Okay. Oh, it's on his face. Here we go. There's his face. Okay. So I got some sleeves. Yeah. Okay. Sanji's my favorite. Anyway, yes. So sleeves, box, booster packs, One Piece. I have to admit, I've only gone like halfway through One Piece. And I do intend on finishing it, but and this is also the reason why I haven't finished Full Metal Alchemist, is I get like very emotionally attached to certain characters in anime. And when they die, I'm not okay. I have to take time off to grieve, and when I come back, it like sometimes I'm just like I'll like try to watch an episode or two, and then I'll just be like, no, I miss them. I miss them too much. It hurts too much. Yeah. So I have seriously tried to finish Full Metal Alchemist, but I can't, and yes, it is because of Nina. I can't. I cannot finish Full Metal Alchemist. I'm way too heartbroken over that. Way too traumatized and heartbroken over that. I can't do it. One Piece. I think I can kind of get over it and be like, watch the rest, because I do have like so much more of an emotional connection with the other characters, and I think that's what will like actually pull me through to like continue to watch more. And I have actually ended up watching like, been able to watch like the next season after that. So major spoiler if anyone hasn't seen, yeah, it's Ace. That's who. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, feeling a little sad again. Okay. I'm going through some feelings. But okay, I do very much love the series though. And I am halfway through it, and I do want to watch more of it. I do definitely want to finish watching it. My friend has, my friend and I are watching Stranger Things, and we're very much enjoying it with her housemate and her brother. Roommate. Yes. She said there's a very important distinction because of like the way that rent is set up. Yes. Anyway, we are watching Stranger Things and really enjoying that. So we're up to season 4. So I have heard that Linda Hamilton's in season 5. So I was like so super stoked, but I haven't actually seen season 5 yet. So don't spoiler it for me just yet. I'm pretty chill about spoilers actually, like, because so I grew up with my mum who, when, like, we used to watch, like, Law and Order all the time, and, occasionally, like, if it was, like, too late, like, and I've been like, oh, I've had a long day after school and everything, and I'm too tired to watch the whole thing, I'd watch about halfway, and then I'd be like, I'm going to bed, and then I'd ask her the next morning about what happened, and it was like, she'd tell me, and then, like, later on, if I saw a rerun or something, I'd be like, that's not what happened. And then I realized, like, a lot of the times when, like, if Mum tells me, like, what she saw or noticed in a movie, and then I see it later, I'm like, it's like we watched 2 different movies. Because the things that, like, she finds interesting or hooks into or, like, remembers is, like, completely different to the things that I would remember or that I would pay attention to, or that, like, I would think is, like, that was kind of important to the plot, or, like, that was kind of important to the character, and, like, where else, like, Mum kind of hooks into, like, just the emotions or the feeling, or, like, she'll be like, and sometimes she'd be like, oh, that guy was, like, a really bad guy and everything, but, I'd watch it and I'd be like, he wasn't the murderer, like, of the murder mystery, you know? It's like, and so in my head I'd be like, it's more important to convey who done it, right, in a murder mystery than convey whether or not you liked, like, some random character that in the end was not in fact the murderer at all, was a completely innocent bystander. But the way Mum would, like, so I learned that a lot of the times people might spoiler something and tell you from their perspective, and it'd be from their perspective, right? And so I would still be like, even if someone spoiled something for me, I'd still want to see it for myself and see, like, was their description accurate? Was their description, like, focused on the same things I would have focused on? Would their description, like, and like, that's also why it's fun to talk about the things after, like, both of you have seen it, because then you compare notes of, like, oh, did you notice that part, you know? Or did you, like, what did you think of, like, you know, their reaction to, you know? So, I'm somewhat more chill about spoilers than some other people are, but I do actually respect that some people do find it very upsetting if they get things spoiled. So, I try my best that if I am about to say something spoilerish, I tend to try to, like, go, oh, spoilers for, and then be like, oh, it's a spoiler for this or that. So I'll try my best to, like, let people know if I'm gonna spoiler something, and if I'm like, it's definitely a spoiler, I'll hold my hand up so that if people want to mute and then when I'm done spoiling, I put my hand down. Then you can like continue watch turn the sound back on, right? So I try to do that so that in case there are people that don't like spoilers. So I'm just gonna spoiler the heck out of season 4 right now of Stranger Things. Okay, spoiling for Stranger Things. Mute if you want to mute. So basically, we were watching season 4, and for those that have seen up to season 4, 11 has lost her powers and they're gone to the secret facility to try to get them back. And the first thing my friends were laughing about was the fact that it's a giant door in the middle of the desert. It's like, that seems kind of obvious. Like, from miles and miles away, you could see this giant door, right? And then we were like, oh my god, she pulled a reverse Samson! My friend's brother yelled at when he first saw it, and it's like, yeah, everything we knew about hair, the power being in the hair, is like the opposite. Because when she shaved her head, she got her powers back. And I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. The hair insulates the psychic vibrations. That's why she can't use her powers when she's got hair. So yeah, so it turns out being bald is like part of the superpower. So shout out to Slime. Anyway, so that is the spoilers for season 4. Okay, back to our programming. So after Stranger Things, we were thinking of watching the live action One Piece. So I'm kind of really excited for that. I think me and my friend are a little out of sync though, because I've seen a couple of episodes. I think she might have seen a whole of a season or something. So we're kind of gonna have to coordinate that. I don't think her brother's seen any of it at all. So we are gonna have to like re-coordinate that. And I would usually just binge, like, I would binge watch a whole series on my own, and usually it's unintentional. It's usually like, I've got a quiet weekend to myself, I think I'll just watch maybe 1-2 episodes, and before I know it, I'm like, it's Monday, and I've completed the entire series. What happened? How? I've had a whole lifetime this weekend. So it's kind of been I'm actually doing this socially now. This is growth for me. That like I'm like considering when it's like, oh, my friends are watching that, so I can't rush ahead and watch it without them. And it's actually been a really, really good experience because like there's something about like being in person that you like, can joke and laugh and like in the moment like actually pass comments about like what's happening on screen, and just having that like warm camaraderie and friendship is like it's just really nice. It's like just nice to hang out with your friends like and physically watch a show together. I did during lockdowns, me and my friends, we did a lot of online like watch parties together, and that was kind of fun too. And you still did get a little bit of the in-jokes and stuff happening, but I gotta say, seeing it in person is definitely, there is another layer to it. There's another like level of friendship and camaraderie that you feel that just like, is good for the soul. It's good for the soul and it makes you feel good. Speaking of buddies, okay. This is also what I got at ComicCon. It's super cute because I could not walk past getting Mew. I could not walk past getting Mew. Look at, I don't know if you can, okay. There we go. Mew. It's holographic, so it's a little bit, it's harder to see on camera. It does look so much cooler in person. So I got Mew keyring, and I got Jigglypuff, 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 Don't fall asleep, chat. Don't fall asleep. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Don't make me draw mustaches on you. Yeah. So, Magic the Gathering stuff. Oh, I also got like this cool sleeves for the Final Fantasy sleeves. So, got all that. I'm gonna put them back in this bag, which I also got like the other collections, which was the shop I bought all this stuff from. So I don't lose all of it, because my friend was clearing out and found like all my Magic the Gathering cards. So this is my, I think this is my Gargadon deck. What is this one? No, this is not my main deck. This was my, what was I thinking? This was, I think I just had like a bunch of reds and whites left over from making a deck. And so I was like, I will put together a new deck out of the ones that were left over. And then this deck happened. Which but basically if it's sleeved, it was a purposely built deck. If it's sleeved in a box, it was a purposely built deck. Ew. Oh dear. Okay, so they are filthy and dusty. I gotta keep them clean. I gotta clean them. This is not good. I should keep much better care of my Magic the Gathering cards. I apologize to anyone that's horrified right now. This wasn't my fault. An insect died in there. It's kind of gross. It's extremely gross. Okay. Is this my Greater Gargadon? My Greater Gargadon deck is my favorite deck. And I don't know where I put it. No, this is my black-red deck. Oh. Is this my deck? I'm confused because there's some cards that are upside down and I am like super pedantic with like having cards right way up. But yeah, I don't know if you can see. I've got like okay, so Fridays, I am planning on those days being Magic the Gathering days. So I will be definitely doing a whole heap of showing off the cards, but more importantly, because I have a bunch of these unsleeved, unsorted, like random cards that are like, okay, so what happened was when I was in university and I had started dating a boy, of course, and at the time, my classmate, who was a boy, he had just gotten married to a wife. And I don't know why girls are always like this, but they are. I'm kind of weird because I'm not like this. But like, I'm like the exact opposite. When I find out my boyfriend has a hobby, I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to check out that hobby and learn it and, you know, have fun playing it. And, you know, maybe that's something we can, you know, have fun doing together. But there's a lot of women that immediately they try to change him. They try to be like, oh, anything that was your interest or hobby, we now have to get rid of. So his wife was very much like, get rid of all these stupid cards, get them out of my house. And he was like, I don't know what to do with these cards. He was like, he was trying to sell them, and I mean, I was like buying them bit by bit, and he was like, just take the whole lot. So, so basically it just happened that the timing was I happened to be picking up the game and my friend was trying to get rid of the cards because his wife was not pleased about his huge collection of cards taking up lots of room in their house. So I very fortuitously inherited like a ton of these cards, and I would like to sort through them, maybe build some decks, and well, maybe trade them, sell them, maybe put them up for grabs if, like, you know, if there's any that is like, oh, chat would like them. Like, if someone in chat's like, oh my god, I've been looking for that card for like ever. Right, you know, speak up. Speak up. So basically, I am going to be running, like, just sorting through cards on Fridays. And it looks like I'm going to be cleaning them as well. That was seriously icky and filthy. There's, like, bugs in there. They're a bit dusty. I don't think we're going to find anything that's, like, truly in mint condition, okay? I severely doubt that. I think a lot of these are very foxed. But certainly there might be something that's particularly rare. I mean, there's these ones that are, like, got a gold number on it. And, I know people are thinking, what about lotus blossoms? I do have lotus petals, so I have the lesser lotus blossoms. I don't have actual lotus blossoms. If I did, I wouldn't be talking to you guys. I'd just sell that on eBay. Be a millionaire. Like, well, that was done. That was easy. So here we go. So yeah, I do have some booster packs that apparently are not completely, or have they been opened? I don't know if they've been opened. So I might have a few booster packs floating around that have not been opened yet. I definitely, like, I went and bought, like, decks because I was like, okay, if I got the base deck, then I can mod them to, like, you know, be, like, playable, like, proper playable, and possibly even tournament. Now, I'm super rusty, okay? Like, I haven't played in years, cause I was a big gal. I got, like, a real job. I was at IT help desk, and I did, like, IT help desk things. And then I got another job, which I can't tell people about. Because I signed NDAs, and, like, I'd, like, you know, for legal reasons, I have been told, like, I am not allowed to say stuff about it. I think it is okay to say that, I did kind of VTuber stuff. For a company. So, I can't really, like, say more than that. Yeah. I mean, it's such a good job, though. But, I mean, it led me here, and I guess, so I'll be streaming, and we'll be going through some Magic the Gathering stuffs. And, I mean, I wish I could tell you, because it was, like, it was amazing. I had, like, such an amazing time. And, I mean, it was a great experience and everything. And, I mean, I got so much, like, work experience as well, you know, particularly in stuff like streaming. So, hopefully that'll be all transferable skills that I can use for actual streaming here on Twitch. Oh my gosh, seriously, so much of this is filthy. Cleanliness is next to godliness. We must clean stuffs. Okay. Note to self, buy more wet wipes. And tissues. Okay. Alright. So... And I mean, I'm probably gonna need some advice on like how to list things or grade them or whatever. My point is, I am a noob, and I am open to advice and criticism and so forth with this. In fact, I would very much value the input of chat a lot. So, I've got like two. Let's see if I can show you. I am a little girly, so lifting things is a bit difficult. So there's a whole basket of that. Oh, that was heavy. Oh, that was so heavy, chat. And then there's another bucket, hobby box. I think this one might not be loose though. This might be, yeah, these have deck boxes in them, so they've probably got more actual made decks, which is cool. I swear, I will be so happy if we actually find my Gagudon deck, because that's like my favorite deck. I love Greater Gagudons. Yeah, so, and I do also have like a bunch of sleeves and things as well. And for no reason, I have a rocket. A rocket figurine. He's cute. I'm gonna put him up here. Like, I don't know why he's hidden away. He should be on my desk, bobbing his head, along with my Hello Kitty that's also bobbing her head. Yeah, I would... Okay, I have to, like, I really want to shout out and thank my friend Nat, my best friend Nat. She worked an absolute miracle on this room, let me tell you. Let me tell you. It was so packed, because what had happened was I had, just before the whole 20... Whoa. Okay. I'm trying really hard not to bend these cards, like, but they're not... It's almost like they want to be bent. Okay. So, we have two full baskets, and we have this whole thing to go through, and we might find some gems, we might just find filth. It's looking like a lot of filth. So, and hopefully, I'm really hoping that we find my Greater Gagudon deck. I also have, like, just some plain, generic, clear boxes that I thought would be really good to just, you know, store the cards. Oh my goodness. I just had a shower. I'm gonna have to need it. I need another one. Definitely need another one. This is gross. I'm such a germaphobe too. I mean, I'm a germaphobe because, like, I have allergies, and so, like, every time it's like, if I even have a little bit of dust, I'm gonna be, like, sneezing like crazy. So we'll be doing that. We'll be Magic the Gathering stuff. We'll go through the cards, and I will get chat's advice on things, as well as, like, just generally going, oh look, this is a cool card. Fury Charm. Choose one. Destroy target artifact or target creature gets 1/1 and gains trample until the end of turn. Or remove 2 time counters from target permanent or suspended card. This is amazing with Gagudons. I think that's why I ended up getting them. Yeah. Empty the Warrens. Yep. Yep. These are my reserve cards, I reckon. They were probably my reserves for my Gagudon deck. That's probably what that was. Yeah. And Gauntlet of Power! Absolute power. This is very, what's that Marvel guy? Thanos. Thanos coded. The Gauntlet of Power. Creatures of chosen color get +1/+1. Whenever a basic land is tapped for mana of the chosen color, its control adds 1 mana of that color to his or her mana pool. It is a bit expensive to get on the board. It is like a 5. It is a 5 colorless, but it is important that it's a colorless, because this is like when you're like, ugh, I keep drawing the same color and I need the other color for my deck. So that occasionally is good. Oh, it also like doubles the mana, like the color, like of that color. So if you do red, then it's like it doubles the red, which is really good for stuff like Conflagrate. Conflagrate? There's actually a couple of the fireball ones that is just like, the more red mana you have, the more kaboom you have, which is nice. Need a big kaboom, an earth-shattering kaboom. Where's the earth-shattering kaboom? For those that don't know, that's Marvin the Martian. I might be aging myself here. Ooh, what's this? These are receipts. With my details on it. I wouldn't show you that, no. Respect my privacy. Oh, I did get, I don't know if I showed you this earlier, but we did also get the little mogul. So some more deck boxes, which I was thinking I would put the Final Fantasy stuff in when I open the Final Fantasy boxes. And I was like so excited because it's like, these are only $5. This is an absolute bargain. But it was on clearance. So there you go. We've got some of these. So I was like super, super happy. Is that Blasmat? Bahamut? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it's that demon from Final Fantasy. One of the Aeons. And I got my friend a surprise ball, but it's up to her whether or not she'll let me show it to you at all. It's a surprise. It's completely random. And I got ears! These are like, I was like, they're nice, they're bigger, and they're shinier, they've got like gold. The lovely lady at the stall said that her mother hand makes them. So if you want her on Instagram, it's at Sparklelicious. That's at SPARKLELISCIOUS. Sparklelicious. Sparklelicious. So that's her details. If you want to get some ears. And so there's these ones that are like, they're kind of like, they've got a shimmer. They're coming up as kind of blue-green on screen, but in real life they're like kind of a pink gold. So it's kind of like the controversial shifting color dress, you know? It's like, which color do you see? But yes, it's very, very color shifty. Yeah, I tend to like to give them a good wash in a little bit of shampoo before popping them on, so I'm not going to pop them on right now. But I am like so super happy and pleased that they're like bigger ears. These are my normal everyday thinking ears. What my friend calls them my comfort ears. These are my comfy, the ones I'm comfy with. And I was like, am I even a streamer if I'm not wearing ears? It's all about the ears. I gotta represent my Tabaxi side. So I got that. So that was, so this is inadvertently kind of my my ComicCon unboxing video where I just like parade all the stuff that I got at my haul of like, you know, stuff that I got at ComicCon. Which I mentioned earlier, my parents well, I mean, technically my parents paid for my my medical bills, cause like it was more that, cause I had saved up money for the Comic-Con, and then it was like, oh, but I got all the medical bills, and then my parents were like, it's okay, we'll cover the medical bills, and I was like, yay, parents for the win. Ooh, how long we've been on for? Like, we haven't been on that long. Yes. So, oh yes, I've been watching Streamer U, and of course my favorite is Professor L, like L from Death Note. Which is kind of funny because he's like in that shirt and tie. He kind of looks more like Light or Kira. But he's like, you know, deducing stuff like L, which is kind of cool. Ooh. Okay, so the desk is kind of floating around. I don't know whether I should anchor it or not. So when I was putting it together, I did in fact drop the entire thing on my foot. Let me think. I could probably show you some of it, sort of. Okay, so, did that work? Nope, that did not work. Okay, I can't really show you it. I guess this way. Yep. It's kind of got like these cabinets built into them, and it's kind of got like this fan built in, because originally what it was for is it's actually a nail polish vanity desk. So it is so it's got the fan air vent that's supposed to like suck the dust out when you're doing your nails, and like, you know, cooling air so that you can dry the nails faster. And the cabinets are supposed to be so you can put your little nail polishes in. So let me get my pen. Come here, pen. Okay, the pen is mightier than the sword. I thought, oh my gosh, that is really awesome. A fan in a desk. That is perfect for a laptop that overheats all the time. And it keeps, you know, the dust out of my laptop. So because my laptop keeps getting so dusty, and I do try to constantly clean it, but I mean, it's getting a little old. It is getting a little tattered. I do love it so much. It is an Alienware. I've had it for years. Like, I saw a post of, like, you know, the retro post on Facebook where it's like, this time last year, like, this time 10 years ago or whatever. So it was like, I remember the post being from 2017. So I guess I've had it since then. But the thing is, like, if you look at the keys, now I've actually stuck stickers over the keys, worn out the stickers, and then put another set of stickers, worn out those stickers, and then continued to wear down onto the keyboard. So, like, that is how much I've played World of Warcraft, and you can also see the F, the E, and the R, which that was from Overwatch. That's World of Warcraft and Overwatch reviews right there. That's how much I played. And I am, in fact, going to order some more new, like, keyboard stickers to cover those. To, like, try to make them last a little bit longer. Like, seriously, hold on a little bit longer, laptop. I can't afford to replace you right now. And I don't know if I even want to. Like, I mean, I've gotten really, like, emotionally attached to this laptop. and I've had it for so long. And I am the kind of person that does kind of hang on to things until it utterly falls apart. Like, and, like, heaven forbid, I really don't want it to break down on me because I still need it. I still need it very much. What I really, really wanted was, there are some people that make the chassis that, like, customizes the chassis. And like they do like 3D prints and things to like and because of that they can like choose the color for you, and they can do like say I love Mew, they could actually make like a Mew themed like Pokemon kind of case. And I was hoping to see them at ComicCon, and I was looking for their stall because, like, I have seen them at PAX, so I might have another chance to try to find them at PAX at the end of this year. But yeah, I want to find those guys because I had their business card from like a couple of years ago, but I just want to find them, and I want them to like just remake a case for me. And yeah, totally make one that's like Mew themed, because I love Mew. And yeah, because Mew's my favorite Pokemon. And oh, I'm so excited and happy and like amazed. And oh yeah, big happy 3rd anniversary Pokemon Sleep. I have been playing. I did stop playing Pokemon Sleep for a while, and that game is a little bit like. I shouldn't say a little bit. That game is completely and utterly hardcore. Like, you have to sleep, which Lord knows a caffeine addict struggles with, right? And then, on top of that, it's like, if you stop, like, doing the quests and things for a little while, you fall behind, and you fall behind, like, really quickly. And so my Pokemon are only like around level 50 at the moment. I'm trying to get them around 60, 70. But like, there's so many people that are already like maxed out their Pokemon and like already like got their star teams set up and everything. And I'm just like, I stopped for way too long. But I'm like super happy because... when I did come back, I happened to come back a few months before the 3rd anniversary, and I was able to complete the whole quest chain for Mew, and then I kind of kicked myself a little bit, like, okay, so at the time I did kick myself because I was like, oh, I missed out on catching Mew for a couple of months because on 1 month I clicked on the wrong area, and because I was after Aron, the mechanical Pokemon, because he gets the coffee beans. Yes, I'm a caffeine addict, so I wanted to get the coffee beans so that I could do so, because that was like the coffee beans and the avocado were the two that I didn't have to complete the last couple of recipes. I'm one recipe away from being able to from having unlocked all of them. So I purposely went to go hunt down Aron, and because of that I missed out on getting Mew, because if I had gone to Greengrass Isle I probably would have got Mew on that Mew Moon. But like I realized too late that it was like, oh, I needed to get that, and I probably need to get down to get Master 10 in order to trigger Mew appearing. But it actually worked out better because I ended up getting Mew on the 3-year anniversary. So when they were having all the celebration animations and everything coming up, and I was like, and that's when I got Mew, and I was like, yay! And I was like, I'll remember this so much better because it is their 3rd year anniversary. So yeah, happy 3rd year anniversary, Pokemon Sleep, and thank you. I have Mew now, and I am super happy, and I have to remember that my Mew is actually gender neutral. So I have to remember to use the correct pronouns of they, them. So, which I have always had the intention of like going, yes, as soon as somebody says like that they've changed their pronouns or something, just like being able to like just, I have always had the intention to just switch, because I'm like, okay, you asked me to call you that, I'm totally cool with calling you whatever you have decided is the new way you wish to be addressed by. I do, however, sometimes forget. Because I'm also bad at names as well, so like I sometimes forget, and I always feel so bad when I forget, but like I do try. So yeah, and yeah, if at any point I mess up, I'm always like, please tell me, and I'll apologize and I will correct myself. And it's good that if you correct me, because then I will remember and try to do better next time. So, oh, hello. Diva Diana Cutie One, hello. Welcome to stream. I am kind of like probably gonna wrap up soon. But I like, yeah, basically, I remembered to actually tick the little box thing to like record this stream. So I will most likely have this up on my channel, as well as I am planning on saving it up to my YouTube channel as well. So hopefully everyone will see it, especially since today has sort of been like a bit of a housekeeping, like what's to come. Really quick recap. This was about ComicCon. I did say a little bit about meeting Linda Hamilton, which I was like super happy and enjoyed that immensely. And I did fully explain why we missed seeing Edward for long, and again, we send him much love and support, and totally understand why he didn't end up showing up. And I will be doing Magic the Gathering unboxings and sortings, and getting advice from chat about whether to keep, sell, build decks, all that sort of thing. In fact, I would like to, you know, discuss with everyone like what are the options of like, what do I do with these cards? Like literally the title is like, what do I do with these cards? Because I don't know, chat. I need your help. And that's why it literally says help. So I'll be getting that, and I will definitely be like painting minis. I'll be painting lots of minis. Again, big shout out to Pluto minis. It's kind of ironic that it's like big shout out to minis, to Pluto minis, small things. And again, they have a playable sized base. This is super important. You can actually play with them. You can actually put them on your square board, like your boards with the squares, and like it measures out correctly and everything, and like doesn't take up the whole board. So super happy with that. And there will definitely be lots of mini painting coming up. And I was actually thinking of running a campaign with the minis once I've painted them. So basically how I'm gonna start it off, because I don't know how many of you are gonna be watching me live, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have the campaign where I play the characters, and just basically just play a campaign, and I'll try to do all the voices, like this is a more tough guy Tabaxi, and this is a cute little Tabaxi, and then like, you know, try to do that. But you know, if we do get enough people that are watching me live and are, you know, wanting to really be involved, I might let chat make some decisions about like playing certain characters, and maybe giving you guys some more votes and autonomy on what the characters say or do. So we will see how that goes. I guess like for each of those sorts of things, it'd be like there has to be a certain amount of people watching live in order for those things to be viable. So for now, basically, I will play the characters myself. But if we do get enough people, we get enough people, and then yeah, we could. That will open up the possibility of being able to let chat make decisions for the characters and maybe even play the characters. So, but I mean, it's gonna be a while before we get there, because so actually, like I mentioned, and then I totally went on another tangent about, Ludwig was in Streamer U was saying that you should write down things. So I got my pad. It's bright pink. I love the bright pink. And I got my pens, because the pen is mightier than the sword. And this is a cool, like, little, it has, like, a little maze thing, and a little silver ball, and you're supposed to get the little silver balls to go all the way down one end, and then try to get them to go all the way back up the other end. So, I mean, I think it's a labyrinth, because you're supposed to go all the way in and then all the way out. There is a difference between maze and labyrinth. I can Google that. I've got Google. We have the technology. So, difference between labyrinth and maze. Mazes are multi-cursal. Multi-cursal? Okay, so they both maze and labyrinth involved a network of paths and passages through which one has to find a way. However, the primary difference between them is the fact that maze is multi-cursal, whereas labyrinth is unicursal. That means that okay, so a maze has more than one way to go, whereas a labyrinth only has like one. So with the maze there are several different paths and several different ways of getting like in and out, so you can theoretically find a shorter path or a longer path, and still find your way in and out. Whereas a labyrinth is a type of maze that only has one path in and out. So you can't. So basically, if you make a wrong turn, you just end up in a dead end straight away. Like you don't. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and mazes tend to be like get from one side to the other side, whereas labyrinths tend to be only like one. So you have to go all the way in and then back all the way out again. So there's like a single direct path for a labyrinth. That is actually really helpful information, because I was actually making a D&D campaign with a labyrinth, and now I know what I'm building. I may have accidentally made a maze. Amazing. That's good to know. Okay, so that's what I was. Okay, so the notepad, because Ludwig said you should write down goals. You should write stuff down. I guess that does help so that you don't like forget about it like literally 2 seconds later. So Magic the Gathering cards. So Magic the Gathering cards. That's on Fridays. And I will be painting Tabaxis. I'll be painting minis. Painting minis. Okay, now after I paint the minis, I'm gonna make some terrain and boards. So 3, create some terrains and boards. Create terrains and boards. I kind of, I'll make level 1 characters. I'll make the characters from scratch. But they're all going to be Tabaxis, so we already know what race they're going to be. And because we're going to use the minis that I get from Pluto minis. And then, because I've seen the minis, I'm like, it's pretty obvious what each of the classes are going to be. So, I'm going to... So when I get the minis, I will note that I will build their character sheets from the minis. So build character sheets, yes. Build Tabaxi character sheets. Yep. So once we get the character sheets and the terrains and boards and 5. Okay, so, I guess, I mean, I would like to involve chat with the actual building of the campaign, but at the same time, you know, it's really good if you do have, like, you know, secret plot twists, or, so, I mean, I think, like, I'll probably have a few streams where it's like, okay, I will start, like, you know, brainstorming ideas with chat about the campaign, but, like, I'll probably, like, finish writing the campaign off screen. So, I'll say, I'll put it down as campaign building. So, building. Yeah. But as you can see, like, I mean, it'll be a few streams, because it will probably take a whole stream to paint, like, one mini. And there's, like, 10 of the minis that I've got. And, yeah. I might end up having to borrow, like, a bunch of minis from my friends and stuff as well, because, especially the monsters that we're, like, the bad guys, because I don't have those myself. So there will be a lot more planning in the campaign building. But I reckon it will take us quite some time to get there, because painting the minis is probably going to take us at least 10 weeks. Because, like I said, each mini will be, like, each week a mini. By the way, Pluto Minis has a subscription where you get, like, a random mini every, I forgot whether it's every week or every month. I think you can choose, so check out their website. I will definitely put their links, because, like I said, I'm just so grateful to them, like, literally so grateful to them that they, can provide me playable sized minis. I don't know why that's, like, so, like, because you'd think that, like, all these places that are, like, you know, catering to people that play Dungeons and Dragons, that it would be just an automatic, yeah, obviously things would be, like, you know, player sized characters, but, like, I don't know why I found it so hard to just find a playable sized character. Anyway, so there's that tiny... This is supposed to be a companion Tabaxi. Not Tabaxi. This is supposed to be a companion spirit animal cat. But I will definitely be using this as a player character, either as my paladin or cleric, I think. Definitely gonna paint the wings white. Haven't decided what kind of fur color to paint it yet. My artificer is a calico. My bard is the white fluffy one, and my druid is a black cat. So, I mean, I'm trying to get like basically all the colors of cats. So, yeah. And I mean, yeah, I think that's supposed to be a Tabaxi. It was listed as a Tabaxi Rogue when I got it, but yeah, this one was like from Temu. This is, and oh my god, my friend, she told me like, be careful, you're gonna snap off her feet if you put her in the case too hard, and literally 2 seconds later, snap. So I need some glue. I need to glue her back together. But my friend, she warned me in everything, and I was like, yeah, you warned me in everything. Yeah, so I've got like this glasses case that I've been keeping them in, that I just patted out with some sponge, which might not be the best situation. I might have to get like some better, like maybe some softer padding in for the minis. So they don't get smashed. But yeah, I've been using jewelry boxes and things as well. This isn't closing properly, so I'm putting an elastic around it. And it's a cat. Yes, I am the ultimate of crazy cat ladies. So cat. Cats are awesome. Yeah, so that's campaign building. Okay, so I also have a bunch of other things that I wanted to like unbox on stream, and at first I was like gonna do it today. I'd probably do it. Okay, so Monday streams are definitely going to be stuff that is not Magic the Gathering. So it's like Mondays are like the everything else like days, and then Fridays are going to be my Magic the Gathering days, where I will focus primarily on the Magic the Gathering cards. I'm not sure with the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I think because I'm still waiting. Because I only just ordered the minis. It might be a while before they appear. I do very, very soon want to start doing unboxing, because there are quite a few things that I ordered that I'm like, ooh. Oh dear. I've lost power. There's some things that I've ordered that I gotta be careful not to like dox myself and show you my address. There's things that I ordered that I definitely want to use on stream. So, and I totally forgot what, in fact, I have ordered. Have you ever done that, chat? Just like, I've ordered something so long ago that I actually forgot I ordered it. And there's like, yeah, quite a few of those things. Plus, there's like some really big things that I bought as well. Because... get my notepad. Yes, there's some of the bigger boxes of items that I was going to unbox as well. I'm just thinking I could unbox one of them today, I guess. Yes. I mean, yeah, we've got time. It's not that late. Yeah, it's not that late. We totally got time. I can unbox something. Let's unbox something. Let's see. What shall we unbox, chat? What shall we unbox? It's like Christmas for me! Every day is Christmas for me. Oh, actually, I will unbox this one. And... Not that. No. There is something I wanted to unbox. I saw it before, and I was like, yes. Oh. I gotta stop doing that. Somewhere in these are also the better camera and the better lights that I was like, yeah, I need to update that because what I've got at the moment is rather janky. So I was like, yeah, I totally should upgrade that. There was a box. Oh dear. I've got the power. Okay. Maybe it was over there. Where did I put the thing? No, that's not the thing. Where is the thing? Okay, well, this is why this is actually like I have to do an unboxing video because I have to actually unwrap all these things and put them to actual good use. Because I got them purposely to do things on stream. So, like, okay. Well, I guess today I will open this thing. Okay, hiding the address, but I will open this thing. I guess I need a... Haha! I prepared earlier! Sharp scissors. Snippy snip. Snip. Snip that tape. Snip it. Snip it real good. Snip, snip, snip. Ooh. Okay. Now this is kind of a bit more of a deep red. Ooh, I wonder if this will work on my chair as well. Okay, so my chair is supposed to have a massage function on it, but like it, the power cord for it is probably in one of those packages. Like, it didn't come with the actual thing, so, with the actual chair, so, I have been looking online to try to find it. But this thing did come with power. Absolute power. Mwahahaha. Again, trying not to show you my address. Now, one of these packages also has the thing that, like, you use to cover up addresses. Like, the little stampy thing that you... Okay. Yeah, there's no tags on here. This is good. Okay, so this is supposed to be a foot massager, which, as I mentioned a few times earlier in stream and on, I think, a previous stream as well, was, I dropped this entire desk on my leg. So I'm waiting for the x-rays to come back, so I'm actually not sure whether I should be massaging my foot and moving stuff around if, like, stuff is not meant to be moving around. In fact, today's Monday. They should have gotten back to me by now. They should have sent me the x-rays. I guess if they're not sending it today, it'll be tomorrow. But they did say it would take a while to, like, process it because and this was a bit concerning. They were like, yeah, we've had a lot of x-rays that we've had to do lately. And I was like, wow, a lot of people are getting injured. That's a bit worrying. That's a bit concerning. Oh, yeah, apparently there was, like, this huge fire in Footscray. There was a huge fire. And, oh, the funny, well, not funny, the weird thing about that was that, the way I discovered and found out about it was, my friend was driving down the highway, to our Dungeons and Dragons place, as we usually do, and I look out the window and I'm like, that looks like a fire. And, like, we were driving past and we're just seeing this, like, place that's just on fire. And it was not in Footscray, it was just a place on fire. And I was like, what do we do? And my friend was like, I think you better, like, report that to the fire department. And I was just like, okay, I guess I'll do that. I called our emergency services, which in Australia is 000. Remember, like, I mean, a lot of people are, like, now going, oh, they dial 911 because they've watched too many, like, American shows where it's 911 in America, but in Australia, 000. So, and if you're in the UK or other places, apparently the number's different as well. So, know what the number is for your place. Very, very important, especially in emergencies, that you know what your actual emergency place is. But anyway, so I call them up, and I'm just like, oh yeah, there's a place on fire, and they're like, is it in Footscray? And I was like, what? No, why? No? And they were like, oh, okay then, where are you? What? And, like, you know, they took down the details and everything of, like, the fire that I was looking at. That was, I mean, it was out in a field, it was, like, quite far away from the road, but, like, you could see it from the road is the thing. So it's like, it was, like, you know, visible. It was big enough that you could see it from the road. And, like, now I'm just like, because I didn't, like, see any of it in the news or anything, so I was just like, oh. But I think everybody was, like, more focused on the Footscray one, because the Footscray one was, like, in inner city area, and so there must have been, like, so there were actually, like, you know, humans in the building and all that sort of thing, so, like, obviously that was a much bigger problem with more people involved, and obviously made the news a lot more. So, but yeah, how I found out about it was when I called emergency to tell them about another fire happening. They were like, "Is this the same one?" It's like, no, it's a totally different one. So that was wild. And oh, I keep meaning to ask, because I was like, this other streamer, Pissgoth. Check out her channel, because what happened was, me and her and, like, our friends, we were, like, carpooling to get to Dungeons and Dragons, like we usually do, and, I actually wonder if she ended up, if they ended up taking a different route or anything, or if they actually ended up seeing the fire. I gotta remember to ask her about that when I see her next. I might drop in on her channel at some point. But you guys check out her channel as well. Like, she's really cool. And I actually feel like she's kind of godsend, because, like, I was like thinking of, like, I mean, okay, so as I was explaining, that I no longer work for that company now, and I had, like, a whole heap of other health problems and things, and then I was like, what do I do with my, and I mean, I've been working on my book, so that has been making progress, but it has been very, very slow. I'm still slowly getting through the editing of it. I don't know if it will ever end up seeing the light of day at this stage, but we'll see. But I was praying to God, please, God, give me some direction. What do I do with my life? And then I met, the girl you know as Piscos. Like, she introduced herself as her real name, so I know her real name. So we're real friends. But I ran into her, like, I met her, and I was just like, I guess this is a sign that I should take up streaming again, because, like I said, I was streaming on YouTube, and then they had Streamer U, and, Ludwig, who I'm, like, a mega fan of, I was, like, watching him, and I just got, like, super inspired, because he's always been kind of, like, trying to, like, inspire his chat, and, I've always been like, oh, I guess I'll give it a go, and then I do like a couple, and then I like, go, oh, maybe I don't know, because I'm kind of shy. Okay, the truth is, I am a shy introvert. I am a deeply introverted person, and so it is a little bit like getting the confidence to like be talking to other people, especially if it's like, oh, I'm not really sure that anyone will even listen or care, is a little bit, it's a bit hard for me, but like at the same time, I'm sort of like, I do also prefer to talk to people via video, because like I just prefer to talk, because like I am that introverted. I'm that level of introverted where it's like it's easier for me to talk to people through video than actually physically in person. So there's that. But I mean, I've been seeing like some other like signs as well, but definitely like when I met, I was about to say her real name. When I met her, Piscoff. I literally thought this is a sign from God that I gotta get back into the actual streaming, and actually I also saw it as a sign because of her that it's like that it should be on Twitch. Like, I don't know, I mean I've always like, because I've been watching Ludwig a lot, and I was like, and I'm a YouTube watcher. I watch so much YouTube. In fact, I almost primarily only watched Ludwig on YouTube, but then when he came back to Twitch, well, actually I ended up working for a while, so I stopped watching for a while, but when I came back to stream, at first it was on YouTube, and I was just like, I was so worried that like, that he'd be mad and stuff, so, but like when I came back and like he restored my account with like all the emojis and everything, and I was just like so grateful and so happy, and I was like, yay, I'm back in his stream again. And he like even went, welcome back, and I was just like, yay. But then he went back to Twitch, and then he was like on Twitch all the time, and then now he like does Twitch, but like the VODs are on YouTube as well, and like so it's like on both, and I realized that watching on Twitch is like much better for viewers to watch live, because you get all the like the emotes, the tiers, the predictions, like all those like extra like voting things, and your unbound forums and all that you can do on Twitch and you can't do on YouTube, but YouTube is still great for the VODs, so that is what I'm planning to do moving forward, is that I will do my live streaming here on Twitch, and then I will be saving the VODs both on Twitch and on YouTube, and then most likely when I if I ever do get around to properly editing stuff, I will be doing my properly edited videos and clips on, I'll be posting those on YouTube. So that's my sort of rough business plan. It is a very crude business plan. Like I said, I've been telling everybody, like, and constantly reminding you, chat, I am a noob, okay? I'm totally new at particularly Twitch. I'm a complete noob here. This is my second ever stream, unless you count the few minutes I had this morning when I was just like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be at a medical appointment, and I told everyone I was gonna stream now. Oops. Unless you count that, in which case this would be my third stream, but yes. And and seriously, again with I think that was a sign from God, because I was so procrastinating about doing a second stream, but then I saw Ludwig on StreamerU saying that most people don't even have their second stream, they just boot up once and never again, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to end up being one of those people that just never did it again. So I am dedicating this second stream to Ludwig and saying thank you for inspiring me to do a second stream. And hopefully this will be the beginning of many more streams. I have done the writing. I mean, I don't know if these are goals, but these are definitely things that I'm planning on having on this channel. So I'm going to have the Magic the Gathering cards. I'm going to have the painting minis. I'm going to create some terrain. So my long-term plan is to actually run like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with the Tabaxi minis that I end up painting. So that's the longer-term plan there for the content. And I mean, as usual, there'll be like the philosophizing and the, you know, this is what happened to me, chat, kind of. I mean, that's why it's called Just Chatting, because we're like, you know, just chatting. And I mean, that I can't really predict. I don't, like, I did not predict dropping a desk on my leg. Like, that just happened. And like, I mean, oh my goodness, this desk, let me tell you, chat. At first, I was like, I wanted to get a metal one, so I thought it was sheet metal, so I thought it would be, like, a lot lighter, like, I thought it would be aluminium, and thus a lot lighter than it is. It's, actually, like, plywood, with a laminate, so it's actually, like, super heavy, but it's actually, like, quite sturdy as well, because it is super heavy, and it just had, like, seriously, hundreds of little screws and bolts, and you had to do it in the right order, because if you didn't do it in the right order, you wouldn't be able to reach the, like, next place that you needed to build, like, part of it. And that was my big mistake. So I started with the instructions, and the first part I was already stumped. I was like, I don't understand what they're asking of me here. I don't know why this dotted line is here and why this thing is here. I guess I'll build the rest of the desk and that will become apparent, and I'll figure it out later. I got most of the way through the building the desk, and then I realized you're supposed to release the spring from the drawer so that you can screw in the drawer railing and then slide the drawer in at the end. And then I went, crap, I gotta go do that, right? And it was like, so the spring is like underneath at the bottom of this, this drawer right here, this cabinet drawer. And I couldn't like bend over to see it, and I couldn't really like feel where the spring is to unlock it. So, I stupidly was like, I guess I'll lift the desk up then, and then the whole thing just went poof on me. And then I screamed. I was like, help! And then my parents came running in, and they were like scolding me. They're like, why are you being so noisy? And I was just like, I'm being crushed to death! Get this thing off me! And then they were like, oh, okay. And then like, yeah, they lifted the desk off me, and then they said, you should be more careful, and like, you know, typical Chinese parents are just like scolding me for getting hurt. And and then and I mean, at first I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I had a few scrapes on my ankle and my knee, and I was like, that seems fine. And then a few days later, I stepped out of the shower, and I was like, oh, my foot is twice the size it used to be. That's not normal. Oh, it's hurting a lot. Oh, it's turning purple and blue. That's not good. And then I was like, I guess I should probably see the doctor about that. And then Mum came in, and she kind of freaked out, and she was like, you should see the doctor about that. And I was like, I'm aware I should see the doctor about that, but it's like kind of like middle of the night right now, so I can't really see the I'll see the doctor in the morning. So I arranged to see the doctor the next day, and literally when he saw it there, he was like, go get an x-ray immediately. Do not pass go, do not go home, do not like get distracted. Go get the x-ray immediately. So I was like, okay. So I ended up rushing off to get an x-ray. Yeah, and now they're like, yeah, we will post you the x-rays soon. So I will find out whether or not I've actually broken my leg. Meanwhile, I was limping around, like, I mean, because it's like, it's kind of funny. It's like, it seems fine, and then it's like, if I lean on it a certain way, or like I take a step, like, I take a like proper step, then it's like, oh, I feel a twang of pain. So, and I mean, I've never broken a bone before in my entire life. I've always been like so blessed, and always like, thank God I never broke a bone. I feel so protected, and I mean, I pray every night for like, please God protect me from all evil and all danger, and so I have had so many experiences where it's like, whoa, I was definitely protected or saved, like, you know, in like some really, really intense situations. So I've always felt like I'm so blessed and protected, and that's why I've never broken a bone. So if this is broken, then this will be like the first time I've ever broken any bone ever. I really hope it's not broken. I hope that it's like, that it's just like soft tissue damage, that will heal quite soon and quite quickly. But we don't know. We don't know till we get the X-ray. So and I hate that moment. I hate the waiting to find out. I've always been so weird that way. I've always been like if the doctor's like, oh, have a blood test, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll just go have it. And like even at uni and like with exams and stuff, is like, okay, we got a test. I'll just be like, yeah, I like have no problems actually going in and doing the test, because I'd be like, yes, we just do the test, do it. And then because I'd be like, I want to know, I would prefer to know, right? But it's the waiting between when they grade the exam or when I get the test done and then I have to find out the results. It's the waiting that drives me mad, because I'm just like, I would really like to know. Because also, like, I don't want to be like all trauma-dumpy, but like I've had life. I've had a very long and like eventful life. So during the first time I had a final year of university, my mum she discovered she had cancer of the uterus. She's alive and well now, and making noise. She's alive and well now, thank God. But she discovered that she had the urine, and she had to get her uterus removed, so she went into surgery. And when they operated, they discovered that in the biopsy that the cancer had already started eating through the uterus wall. And they were like, if they had waited even one more day, it is very possible that it could have broken through the wall and then spread to the rest of her body. So they literally caught it in time and had it removed from her. And then she had to have a second surgery to remove the ovaries as well, which again, they found like the cancer was in it that was like about to spread, but it didn't spread. So like literally the fact that they had done the tests early enough, it went from being a death sentence to being a she totally 100% survived and they removed it before it became a problem. So I mean, I hope that this is a tale of caution that will help somebody out there, that like it, especially with medical things, it is better to know early up front, because if you catch it early, it becomes survivable. Okay, so I mean, I know it's scary. It's always scary to do tests, but for me, it would have been more scarier to find out later when it had become a real big problem, right? So for me, I'm like, and that's why I've been telling my doctors, I've been like, if you even suspect a whiff of something, do the test, because it also gives you peace of mind if it's like, oh, it was actually nothing. When the test comes back and it's like, no, it wasn't what you feared that it was, it's totally fine, then, you know, there's that peace of mind as well. So it's better to do the tests early. It's better to do the tests early, catch stuff early, and when you catch stuff early, it becomes survivable. So that's my advice, is, you know, Don't be afraid of taking tests, and it's much better to find out. I mean, and even if it is like, you know, schoolwork or something, it's better to take the test. It's better to like apply for the test, do the test, and then you know whether you were good enough to get in or not. And then you know if that subject was for you or not. Because if you do really well on the test, then you know this is a subject for me, right? And if you, like, you know, do badly, then you know, look, I suck at math, right? So, like, I mean, I failed a chemistry test, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just not cut out to do chemistry. Like, that's just not my thing. And I mean, I did fantastic in technology and literature, so I ended up doing that. And the only way to find out that the things you're good at and the things that you're bad at is to do the test. So, yeah, my advice to chat is to always, like, you know, test early, test often, catch stuff early, and then you know. And knowing is half the battle, as they used to say in G.I. Joe. The other half of the battle is red lasers and blue lasers. And I got really sidetracked. So, anyway, I was like, foot massage. Let's totally get one of those. So I got a foot massage, and it's like, it's a nice pink. Like, it's a kind of more red than it is pink, but it's not too far out of place in this room, I think. Like, I mean, this wall's, like, this is a much lighter pink. The desk is a bit of a darker pink, so, yeah, but this is more red. I would call this red. I wouldn't call this pink, but, I think it still kind of fits the decor of the room. And the important thing is not so much the decor when it comes to massaging feet, right? I mean, the more important part is how comfortable it is. Now, as I said, I have got an injured foot, so I'm not going to put that one in the thing until I get the all clear from the doctors and the x-ray and that. But what I might do is I'll put my good foot in there, which has been working very, very hard taking the strain off the other foot. So let's try that. Ooh. That's kind of nice. Oh yeah. I'm quite glad I got this. Actually, this is super good. Ooh. Ah. Oh, I definitely picked the right model. Oh, it has a bit of a warming thing as well. And, okay, so, the other reason why I actually got this was because, I am short. I'm like 5 foot nothing, and as wonderful and comfy as this new streamer chair and gamer chair is, right, you see it, which was actually, comparatively to the table, this was like so much easier to put together, and theoretically has a massage function if I can find the right charger for it. Yeah, this is good. So, the thing is, though, it's like this far off the ground, like my feet can't quite reach. And this massager is like literally just the right height that it's like my feet can comfortably rest on it. So even if I'm not massaging my feet, it'd be like, this is a really good footrest. This actually solves the problem entirely. That I couldn't touch the ground because I was too short. Ah, that's great. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. Yeah. So I'm not sponsored by literally anything at all, but I definitely will say, like, I literally bought all of this with my own money, which is why I am struggling. And it's all from Temu. All of that is from Temu anyway. All the stuff I showed you earlier was from ComicCon places, which I guess I will give them a shout out as well. So this is aussiecollectibles.com.au. So those are the ones that I got the One Piece cards from, which I will open on stream. I will open on stream. Might be the next Magic the Gathering stream. We will see how we go. We will see how we go. So the next Magic the Gathering stream is this Friday, and I will be running. So every Friday, I plan to just focus on the Magic the Gathering cards until they are sorted, and the Dungeons and Dragons things, I'm probably going. It'll depend when I get the minis. So Mondays I will do unboxing stuffs. I think that'll be the plan. Yes, Mondays unboxing things. Or I might sort of just drop in, like, the unboxing things within other things, but I actually want to get on top of the unboxing stuff, because there's quite a bit of it that, I want to... There's quite a lot of unboxing to do. I did do a fair bit of shopping, because I was like, I want to set up to stream properly. I do want to set up to stream properly. I'm glad to see you chat on screen. Like, it's good to see you there. Because I was worried because I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I didn't know if you guys would turn up on the screen or not. And so I'm so super glad and relieved that you are, in fact, on screen. That is cool. So, like, yeah. And thank you so much for showing up. I do very, very much appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover on today's stream, so that's actually really productive then. I do like I'm using copyright-free music for creators and streamers, because I do want to make an effort to actually make sure that I do give the appropriate credit when credit is due. By all means, if you do pick up that I didn't credit something, definitely post that in chat so that I know and I can acknowledge them either next stream or, like, in a link or something appropriately. Because I think creators should always support other creators. So we should all be creative together. Because togetherness is awesome. I've had to learn to be a team player though, because I really am, like, I am such a solo, like loner. I'm very much a lone wolf. And I was like that with World of Warcraft. I think a lot of my life lessons actually came from playing World of Warcraft. So in World of Warcraft, right, there's a whole bunch of solo quests, like in the beginning areas and everything. You do that stuff on your own. And I got very, very good at all the solo stuff, all the solo quests. And, but at some point, you gotta get a party together so you can do the dungeon stuff, right? And then you gotta, like, you know, make friends and like, if you got, like, a regular group of friends, like a regular tank, I always played a healer, so if I was a regular healer, usually you could, like, you know, easily pick up a few DPS, but, like, if you had, like, and I did at the time because the boyfriend that I had at the time was playing a warlock, and his brother was playing hunter, so we kind of had a group of, like, DPSs as well, so it was usually pretty quick and easy to fill the fifth slot, but my point is that if you get, like, a group of 5 people, like, if you have you're in a group of friends, right, then, you know, a lot of the stuff just becomes so much easier, because you know, you help, you support each other, and plus, you know, the friendship's nice. Friendship is very nice to have. I am very, 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 very good at being a loner, because I'm an only child, and I grew up in another whole other country to the rest of my extended family, so like, being alone to me is, like, very normal. And I think a lot of people find that, like, strange and weird, and, like, cause Hollywood did the world a great disservice by, like, portraying that any loner is, like, a creep and psychopath, right? And like, you know, serial killer murderer or something. And I'm just like, some people are just, like, okay being alone. And, like, if you're okay being alone, right, and you're happy being alone, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But, and, I mean, And there's plenty of people that are introverts. There are plenty of people that are introverts and just like good at being introverted. But at the same time, yeah, balance in life is always good. And you know, certainly if you have like it's good to have social skills and good to like socialize and be around other people. And so when I am in a group, when I'm in a party of like a few people, and or like even just hanging out in a duo with my best friend, or with my whoever is my partner at the time, then like I'm totally good at that too. Like, so I guess some people could call me like like ambiverted, I think is the word, ambiverted, because like sometimes I can be I can be extroverted, like situationally extroverted. And I mean, the whole thing was as well, I got along really well in guilds when we were doing like the 40-man raids. So I mean, I properly pull my weight in the raid as well, and I actually got along with people. Like, I'd be like chatting to people and stuff in the raid. So like, even though I'm naturally a bit of a loner and an introvert, I do get along with people when I am around them, and I do actually enjoy it. Like, I do actually enjoy going to parties, but I am still definitely an introvert because I do need my alone time to recharge. Like, I can't do the party like 3-4 days straight and not feel exhausted. Like, but I could, like, you know, for 10-20 days just be alone doing my own thing, and I'll be okay. But I would say there is, like, I mean, I have always been kind of blessed as well that I got friends and family that do kind of pull me out of the being alone for too long, because you do get a little bit weird when you're alone too long. That does happen. You get a little bit up in your own head, and then a little bit like, you know, talking to yourself a little confused, and then it's just like, okay, whenever you get to that point, it's like, okay, I think I just need to like talk to another human, and then you talk to another human, and then you're okay. And like I said, I've been really lucky that I have friends that like go, yeah, we haven't heard from you in a while. Are you okay? And it's like, yep. And then we go, like, you know, hang out at the mall or see a movie or something, or like, you know, and then I guess the socialization. You know, like, it's in like Sims when you have the socialization bar, and you like, and I mean, some of I think it was Sims 4 or something, you could actually have the never lonely trait. And I was like, yeah, that's totally me. I just have the never lonely trait. So, like, I'm able to do things alone. Yeah. Which is, okay, so, I'm just gonna say I'm really happy tonight. Especially that we did kind of cover, like, and we have kind of a plan going forward. And I'm super excited to unbox a whole heap of things. I'm super excited to show you guys all the Magic the Gathering cards that we have here, and get everyone's advice, if possible, on what to do with the cards. Or, I mean, I suppose, like I said, I'm pretty good at doing things alone, so if I don't have enough people in chat with, you know, Magic the Gathering knowledge, I guess I will Google stuff. But yeah, I would definitely like to discuss the Magic the Gathering cards with people if possible, because I am really open to advice, and I hope that you all do have some good advice that you can give me about what to do with the cards. And I mentioned earlier, if you see one that's like, oh my god, I want that one, yeah, definitely get in touch with me, and I will work out how to get the card to you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm super excited about the Tabaxi campaign that we will eventually have. I do think it will take a while because it will take me a while to get all the painting of the minis done. But if you enjoy, like, you know, painting minis and stuff, definitely drop in. And we will see how well I can talk and paint at the same time. I might hyper focus. Like, because sometimes I hyper focus. Well, that's the thing. Okay, so I have never been diagnosed as having ADHD, but all my friends are like, you have ADHD. Because I do the thing where you hyper focus. I definitely do that, where it's like, and they'll be like, nope, we've lost her down the rabbit hole. She's gone. That's it. She's stuck on something. She's locked on target. And then I will seriously forget everything else that's happening. And that's kind of like what happened with World of Warcraft. It took me quite some time to get the hang of knowing when to log off. So I would just hyper focus on World of Warcraft, and it's just like, I'm in the game. I'm in the zone. We're playing. I mean, that was why I did so many GDKPs as well, like, because I got all epicked out pretty quickly, and I mean, because I gotta say, it's a lot easier as a healer. And the fact is, I genuinely enjoy the healing as well, and I was actually genuinely good at it. I mean, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand. Like, that was like what I was saying about, like, it's worth doing the tests because you know if you're good at it or not, and if, like, and if you're good at, like, I mean, I personally, if I'm good at something, I will just enjoy it because I'll be like, yes, I know what I'm doing. It's not stressful if I know what I'm doing, and I'm succeeding at it, and what I'm producing is something that's, like, you know, useful or helpful to other people, or, like, you know, aesthetically pleasing to other people, or, like, you know, brings other people joy. Where else if it's like, I'm really struggling at it and I'm sucking at it and it looks like crap, then I get really stressed. I get, like, all like, oh no, this is really janky and awful and I don't know if anyone will even like it. So I definitely always prefer when it's like, oh, I'm actually good at something. And I am more likely to, like, hook into something if I'm like that. So that's why the healing. That's why with healing on World of Warcraft, I was like, I was really good at the talent trees, like being able to minimax them, because I would actually read the tooltips and, like, the patch notes and the tutorials on, like, Icy Veins, and that is, like, super comfy. Do I have to press? Oh, yes, you press the button and it goes again. Yeah. So I would, so I totally minimaxed my character. I was also really good at knowing what kind of, like, again, I would read the stats, and so I knew what kind of armor did what, and my boyfriend at the time showed me how he could use the, well, he was a warlock, so he would life tap for me, and then I would heal him, and then we'd check the meters, and we'd do a bunch of experiments of, like, combinations of heals with different trinkets, with different with different gear, with different specs, and we, like, basically did a whole heap of research and development of, like, you know, which thing was actually the best optimal healing situation, so that I would be, like, really, really good at healing. And, like, and it was super, super good that he was a warlock too, because it turns out if you put a heal over time on a warlock, because they do the life tapping, it counts as healing them when they tap. So you get, like, your numbers get boosted because you're healing them so much. So I mean, you get the most numbers from healing the tank. That, like, you always get the most numbers from healing the tank. But, like, yeah, healing warlocks as well. Basically, you get, the whole point of healing is, like, you get the most healing when you're healing people that are actually getting hurt. But not so hurt that they're just getting one shot and killed. Because, like, you don't want to waste cast time on someone that, like, where the heal doesn't land. And I could seriously go on for hours and hours and hours about healing in World of Warcraft because I really did enjoy it and love it so much. I played I played all the healing classes, and I absolutely hated playing warriors purely because it's like I have no way of healing myself. Rogues was like not. I actually enjoyed Rogue because you could sneak around, but like also I enjoyed Rogue because bandaging was entirely possible. Like you could stun someone and then squeeze a bandage in and then like continue fighting. So in a way you could still heal. And again, I just enjoyed healing. Actually, it was kind of funny. I did have one run with a friend because he always plays tank. Like he always plays a tank. And I was like on my rogue, and I was just like, I'll heal you. And my friends were like, how are you gonna heal? You're a rogue. And I'm like, I've got a plan. And I literally bandage healed him through a dungeon once. It was just like just ran over and bandage, and then like whatever he was fighting, just stun it so that it wouldn't hit him while I was bandaging him. And so we literally did a whole dungeon without a healer. It's just me bandaging. It was really funny. I mean, he was still like, he was pretty overgeared, and he's a good tank. He's like a very good tank, so like that's why it worked. Because you still need to have like the tank be actually good at tanking. And yeah, I at some point do want to also figure out how to play games on this platform, especially because I would really like to boot up. Well, I want to boot up World of Warcraft or Pal World. I've been talking to my friends about Pal World because I initially like. Because me and my friends have been playing Pal World so much, I was like, that would be the one that I wanted to stream. But, I'm respecting my friends' privacy, like, all my friends, like, because there's quite a few on the server, and, like, not everyone was, like, okay with being on a stream. So, I'm like, that's fine, you gotta respect people's boundaries. Those are healthy boundaries, and I'm glad that they actually, like, they kind of edged around telling me, like, they kind of didn't, like, they didn't want to be, like, no, but, like, I kind of get that they are saying no, and I actually really respect that boundary, and I think it's healthy and good to have that boundary, and my friend offered up as a counter solution that I have my own server, and she offered to teach me how to set up the server so that, I could solo it, and we both agreed that that would be better because, like, I would then be able to, like, do tutorials of, like, super basic things without being disruptive to anyone else. And so that might be a possibility if I figure out how to actually play games on Twitch. Which might happen only if I get OBS to actually work with the new camera. So that is something that is a possibility coming up. So possibility, I'm going to put it here, I'll go stretch goals. Stretch goals is play Pal World on stream. Play World of Warcraft on stream. Now, the thing is, I wouldn't be able to, like, play, like, both. Because I don't have enough hard drive space on this particular laptop. And I would have to buy, like, a computer with more space. I might, yeah. So, I mean, that's something that could perhaps is a possibility in the future if I start actually making profit on this channel. But I will put it down as a stretch goal. World of Warcraft. I don't know if, like, that's still as popular as it used to be. I mean, like I said, I saw other people streaming it, and they seem to be pulling pretty good numbers. So I think it's viable, and probably more viable than Pal World even, because I actually think there's more numbers on World of Warcraft than there are Pal World. Plus, like, with Power World, I'm a little bit of a noob on it, because because it is a fairly new game in general. Whereas World of Warcraft, I'm like a hardcore vanilla veteran, so I stopped playing for a while, so and they've had 2 expansions since I stopped playing, so I would have to learn the new meta, which is cool for streaming as well, because like when you're learning something and you're explaining to other people while you're learning it, that can also be interesting and entertaining to everyone involved. So again, that's a possibility. That's definitely a stretch goal. I can definitely do the Magic the Gathering cards because they're physically right here. So that's definitely going ahead. And the painting minis is probably going to happen when I actually get the minis and when I also get the paints. I just realized I need to order paints. Order paints and brushes. Oh, I got some brushes. Oh, but I probably need finer brushes than I have, because I've got brushes for canvases, not for, so, paints and brushes. So, I'll note that down. But definitely Magic Gathering cards, unboxing stuff. Actually, I'll put that in here as 1A and 1B. Unboxings. Yeah, unboxings and setting up things. So, yeah, so the plan is Mondays are going to be unboxings and setting up things, and Fridays are going to be Magic the Gathering cards for the time being, while I set up the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and eventually have the Tabaxis campaign. Yeah. So, and the stretch goals are being able to play Power World and play World of Warcraft on stream. So, I do have a plan for content. I am not a drama or chaos for content kind of person. Like, I understand that those are really popular and that like lots of people do like that sort of thing of goofing off, but I like to be chill. And on that note, like, because there's a term in the TV business called like kitchen sink operas, which is basically what the bored housewives watch when they are doing the dishes or like pottering around the house doing housework and things, and they just want something playing in the background. But that is also like, interesting and stuff that they can stop and then, eat a cookie and have a cup of tea and watch for a bit and then like, go back to pottering around the house, right? And there's and like I'm aware of things that people call sleep streams, which is just like what they use as their comfort streaming to like, again, have some chatter in the background while they, try to get some sleep and get some rest. And because I know there are people out there that like to have that, I would like to say that if that's what helps you and is like, enjoyable in your life, I am more than happy to provide that kind of just, me waffling on and quietly showing cards and like, and chill music, I want to, my goal is to be chill. My goal is to be chill, and I want to have like chill, but I definitely want to have a more cheerful vibe than my original art videos that were, I was going through something then. And what I would really like if my fans took out of it is that the dark times don't always stay. Well, the dark times always don't stay. Like, you will eventually get to good times in your life. You will definitely eventually get to good times in your life. So, and like, yeah, by all means, like, if you are going through something and you are sad, feel that sadness and like just sit with it. Just feel it and process it, and you will get through it. Because we're human and humans have feelings, and we have feelings for good reason, okay? These feelings are supposed to be what drives our moral compass. So, like, I mean, those feelings are what, like, when there's something, like, if you're hurt, right, then you know that there's something that needs to heal. So the pain tells you what needs to be healed. And as a healer, I hope to help other people like heal emotionally, and heal like philosophically, and like heal in game, and like I very much enjoy healing. So what I want to make this channel about is just being chill, healing, a place where people can just relax and enjoy the little things such as, you know, cards, like fun things like cards and Pokemon and, you know, the stuff that is just enjoyable, like, and playing Dungeons and Dragons. And, okay, I do want to address that, actually. I want to address that because I've had people like be like, oh, you're a Christian, how come you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, right? Isn't that weird? And it's like, oh, because there's demons in that. And I mean, there are some people that are very much against like the Dungeons and Dragons and Harry Potter and whatnot, all the fantasy stuff, because of the content of demons. And to that, I'm like, the way it kind of reconciled for me is that, I mean, the Bible has demons too, and the point of the Bible is that you learn the philosophies and wisdoms to fight the demons, that you hold up the 7 living virtues to fight the demons, and in Dungeons and Dragons, you smack them in the face with an axe. You know? But it's still, the concept there is still that you learn how to fight the demons. Like, you learn how to become heroes by learning how to have courage, how to have kindness, how to, you know, that you learn these skills by playing these games, and those skills are, in the end, how you fight demons. So, for me, I'm like, playing World of Warcraft, even playing Magic the Gathering, like, a lot of the stuff in Magic the Gathering is like, how to outsmart demons. Like, or like the big bad. I mean, even if it's not directly a demon, it's like how to outsmart the big bads. Right? And it's all about good against evil. And that's what all these games are all about, is teaching you how to fight evil. So yeah, I'm glad that we have this sort of plan of like things that I can stream about, because like I mentioned earlier, it makes me a lot less stressed if I know what I'm doing. So I'm actually super excited, very, very super excited to go through all these Magic the Gathering cards, because it's been such a long time that I've actually forgotten what is even in there, so it'll be almost like a brand new unboxing for me. And I'm also excited to unbox all the things that I ordered that I think that I ordered for streaming. I think that I was focused, I think I was hyper-focused on the task, but I may have been distracted. So, again, since I don't remember, it's going to be a great surprise for me! And I hope it will be surprising and enjoyable for all of you as well as I do all the unboxings. It is getting a little bit past because I was like, I'm not gonna stream more than 3 hours, and it is coming up to 3 hours. Well, it's actually just gone slightly over 3 hours. Yes, so I do plan on having my streams roughly around between 3 to 5 hours. Like, I don't think I'll do more. And I don't know if I have the stamina to do 5 hours yet. Like, I'm planning, I'll get there. It's like lifting, you know? You don't just walk over and you lift, like, you know, the biggest, like weight. You start with the small one, you get good with the small one, and then you get the bigger one, and then bigger one and bigger one. Because if you just pick up the biggest weight, you're just going to wipe yourself out straight away. So, so I'm just going to start small, and just going to do 3 hours twice a week, on the Monday and the Friday. And then, and we'll also see how we go with the time slot that it's currently in. Again, thank you very, 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 very much for being here, watching me live today. I appreciate it a lot. But we will see, because initially I did plan on doing this in the afternoons and then working a bit more writing on my book at night. My appointments have messed that up, and I'm trying not to, like, mess that up. Like, I'm trying to, like, the appointments that I've been making since then was like, oh, I'd be more conscious about, like, not double booking myself on Mondays and Fridays. Which that is something that I definitely need to work on, because I have been, from the beginning of time, been one of those people that do, like, double book, triple book myself for things, or, like, you know, just take on more than, like, and the thing is, though, I kind of get a rush out of it. I'm like, I can do it all, and, like, and I'll have friends and family going, you're doing too much, calm down, and I'll just be like, more, and, like, that, and, I mean, I enjoy the rush, and it's also, like, there's something about, like, you know, being able to, like, do one thing after the other, that it's, like, you don't have to stop and, like, think or process or anything. It's just, like, go, and, like, I mean, that's also why it's just, like, drink plenty of Coca-Cola and just, like, the more caffeine, yeah. That is how I ended up doing a double degree. Is because I went and go, like, I'll do it all! And, well, I was doing a double degree. I was working at the same time as doing a double degree, and I was president of the Asian club on campus, and I was doing all of that all together, and that really did almost kill me. I was so exhausted by the end of it. I fell asleep into, like, a coma as soon as semester ended. And I was just asleep for, like, a good week. And I do not recommend that, okay? It was enjoyable for me, and oddly, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. But actually, that semester, I realized when I signed up later for, like, other things, I was like, I'm not gonna do that to myself again. I was like, and oh, that semester, I also took extra subjects in the 2 subjects that I was studying. So I was doing the double degree, and I took extra, like, I overloaded on top of that. That was pretty crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just, like, so excited, honestly. I was so excited, like, because, okay, I really, really wanted to get into that university, and it was, like, a real problem for me to get in the university. In fact, I failed. I failed and didn't get in at first. And then I had to go to another university studying different subjects, and then because I got high distinctions in the other university, I was able to then transfer to the university I wanted. And so I got, like, super, super excited about it, because I was like, I had to work so hard to get here, to where I wanted to be. And so I appreciated it more. So I kind of think maybe that's why God does that to me sometimes, is, like, he makes it, like, really hard for me, because he knows that, like, if I work hard for it, I will actually appreciate it when I actually get it. And I am like that. I am definitely like that. The same thing, like, so, and there's also a point where it's just like, it was too much effort. And then to some degree I did kind of like, I did kind of regret it for a while. But like, I've gotten past that regret, you know? Like, for a while I was like, it was like so much hard work. Why did I put myself through that? And then in the end, like, I didn't get like the fanfare or accolades that I had expected, or the steady jobs that I had expected. I still ended up doing what everybody else had to do when you start off working, and that's like, you know, start at the bottom, be a pleb, fetch coffee for people, be an intern, like even after graduating, still had to jump through the same hoops, getting a new job, learning the ropes of a new job, learning a new environment, trying to fit in with like new group of people, like all of that. And it's just like, and so I did go through a whole like, oh, why did I even bother spending so much time actually studying? But like, you still do get like a lot of skills that like a lot of people just wouldn't have if they didn't have the privilege of studying. And it is a privilege. Like, it is like, I acknowledge that I'm like super blessed that I have parents that were able to afford to like send me to college and university, that my dad always had my back on that. And like, I mean, I still have student debts, but again, I'm like super lucky I'm in a country where the government supports that. So again, like, theoretically, if I do work like steadily for like 5 years or something, that like usually pays off. So, but it is just kind of like having like actually getting like work steady, because like, I mean, I get jobs, but like they don't tend to last as long as I would like them to. Like, because like a lot of people, like, I mean, that's why my parents are always like, no, usually you get a job and you have it for like 10 years or like something like that. And I'm like, that has not been my reality, and that has not been the reality of a lot of my friends as well, who also, like, a lot of them went like did university, and then yeah, they but like some of them have been like they still have the same job, but they went from company to company, or like or like, and there are some people though that went and like they did their degree and then they got a job that was like unrelated to their degree or something, and then they were like, why didn't they just like start that job like without the degree? So there was like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like the expectation that you'll just like finish your degree and then get a long-term job. While that does happen for quite a lot of people, like, I gotta say, it's still the majority of people do actually have that, where they like finish their degree and then they get a steady job for like, you know, 10 years or like until they retire, right? That does still happen. That does happen to like a lot of people, but there is a fair chunk of people where it's like they graduate and then it doesn't work out that way, that it is like, you know, you try a few different jobs before you eventually find like the one that's like your job, that's like your forever home, your forever job, you know. And there are like a lot of people that that also just fall into a completely different job that's like unrelated to their degree, and they're just like, what the heck? And like in my case, it's just like I did like 3 different degrees, and I've had jobs like in those 3 different areas, like, and then I'm here, like, I'm back streaming again, which is partially, like, I mean, partially why I ended up getting 3 degrees as well was because when I didn't have a job, I kind of freaked out and started picking up studying again, because I just wasn't, I'm just not good at doing nothing. So and that was the weird thing, is like, especially like at the job office, they were always like saying, oh, what's your survival job? And I'm like, acting. And they're like, no, what's your survival job? And I'm like, no, acting. And they're like, what? And I was just like, yeah, as an extra I would get paid more and I would more consistently be able to get jobs in acting. I would like, and they're like, don't you mean I'm like, I'm trying to get data entry jobs. They're like data entry, like they're like computing and data entry, like they're like going all these computer jobs, like these are the ones that they think are the steady jobs, and I'm just like going, every time I've had those jobs, I'm like, I do the programming job and then it's like, oh, it's done, and then the project finishes and it's just like, project's done. like I don't know what to tell you. That work has been more volatile and like unsteady than the acting stuff. Like that's just I don't know whether I'm just weird or like the economy is weird or like for my generation or something. But and at university, I was actually saying to my lecturers, the fact that machines can do so much menial work means that the steady menial work stuff is taken over by the machines. Therefore, the creative engineering stuff that machines can't do, that's the stuff that's going to be like, we'll need actual humans for that, you know? And that's why it's like there is going to be more demand for the jobs that require humans then there are going to be jobs that we could have just used the computer anyway. Like, so, I mean, a lot of older people, I think, still have it in their head that, like, that the calculator jobs are going to be the most steady, but, like, really, if a calculator can do it, then why hire a human, right? And so I think that's why it's like they haven't quite reached the point where they understand that like the creative human like customer service like forward facing receptionist people that are like people are talking and meeting with other people, those jobs are the ones that are actually going to be the ones that are going to be steady and going to be like we need actual humans for. Which I think a lot of people just don't have that in their head, and like they don't realize that that's the actual reality. So I mean, like that's why I'm saying I'm finding acting so much easier to get jobs in acting because they need an actual human. Like, I mean, unless you're Futurama where they have replaced the humans with robots in the acting, that like you need a human. You can't put a calculator in place of a human on like Neighbors or whatever as like people in the cafe in the background. You need an actual human. You just need a human, right? And the human can just be there humaning, you know. But that's why there's demand in that area. Is because they can't replace you with a robot. Yeah. So yeah, I guess this stream has been a lot about like, you know, humans versus robots. And I think that's interesting too because that's why I really love the movie Free Guy, and that was another movie that was like almost knocked Terminator out of first place, but didn't because Terminator's still amazing. And that one I really, really loved because it did open up the idea that like the machines are not the scary, like, evil monsters at all. The machines are just, like, a creation that has a huge chunk of humanity in it because the humans are the ones that programs and builds them. And I think that's really beautiful. And that has been more my experience with technology. This is, like, I was practically raised by a personal computer because, as I mentioned, I've played so many computer games. I played computer games like non-stop as a child. And people, I know a lot of people think, oh, that it's really isolating or whatever, but I played computer games with a lot of my friends. Most of my best childhood memories was playing Super Nintendo with my best friend Kenny, and and his sister Karen, and yeah, we just basically just played computer game. Like we played. That's why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was like, I was like, that is such a blast from the past because we used to play Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo. We played it so much that we were trying to clock the time. Like, we were trying to be like, break our personal best record for like speedrunning it. And at the time, I didn't know speedrunning was a thing, but like that was basically what we were doing. We were speedrunning it. And I remember Turtles in Time so much. Like, it was so funny that because Krang has this ability where he blows bubbles, and if you don't dodge the bubble in time, you get stuck in the bubble, and the turtles like in the bubble like. It's like so cute, and it would crack me up every time. I'd just be laughing my ass off. This is so funny. Because it looks so cute, like these little turtles stuck in bubbles. Yeah, and like and I played I used to play FIFA with my best friend. Like, my first, I would have to say, he's my first best friend because I was actually best friends with him when we were still in the womb. It was a case of, like, our mothers were best friends, so, and they were like, if that my kid and your kid will be best friends too. And so, yeah. Me and Simon were, like, best friends since womb. And we used to play FIFA on the old cassette tapes, so... There was, for a brief moment of time, this didn't last very long because it had so many issues, but they used to actually put, like, cassette tapes, like the ones you see that people used to have music on, the ones that they show in, oh, hold on, I gotta dab my nose again, sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy, he was listening to the music tape. They used to have those music tapes that actually play computer games off. And we used to play FIFA. Like, so FIFA soccer, like the World Cup FIFA soccer thing that is now. They used to actually have that on the cassette tape. And I gotta say, at the time, the graphics and all of that being on the cassette tape was, like, far superior than, like, anything else at the time. Like I said, I was playing Digger and not knowing that it was a dog because it was a literal bunch of, like, square pixels, like, that were so chunky that I couldn't make out it was a dog, alright? So, like, looking back now, I was just like, oh yeah, that was, like, amazing technology. Like, it was so clear. It was like a videotape clear. The issue that it kept having was that the cassette player machine occasionally nicked the tape, and the tape would just come unraveling and just, like, basically burst out of the machine, and tape would just go everywhere like streamers. And then we'd have to get a pen, and we'd have to put it in the little hole and then, like, slowly screw it back in and try to straighten it out. And I was really good at untangling it. I'm really, really, really good at untangling things, like ridiculously good at untangling things, which came in super handy when I took up crocheting and knitting, because Lord knows I got, like, so much yarn, like, tangled so often, but I was, like, really, really good at anyway, and maybe I did learn it from trying to, like, fix those tapes, those FIFA tapes. Yeah, so we used to, like, wind them, and then when we finally did wind them, you'd have to rewind them before, like, in the machine before you could start playing again, and sometimes, like, the computer had lost the place of, like, where it was supposed to, and you just had to reset the whole game. So that was the real issue, and I think that's why in the end the game, it's the cassette tape technology, like, didn't last. I think that's why we stuck with floppy disks for quite some time. Yeah. But yeah, the FIFA stuff, that was, like, actually so fun though. And it's so interesting looking back now, that now, like, FIFA is, like, on other platforms like Xbox and all that. And, like, and that we watch FIFA as an actual, like, they're physical human players. Like, I mean, I think back then, like, I think the game was based on the human players, but, like, I remember at the time, the first time I was introduced to FIFA at all was through the computer game, so in my child, like, mind, that it was just a computer game. I didn't realize that real humans actually play soccer. And like, I mean, I want to like emphasize that I was like 5 or something like that. Like I was 5 or 8 or something. Like I was a dumb kid. Okay. Like, so it's understandable that I didn't like understand these things at the time. Like, I mean, obviously now I understand these things. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so we reminisced about like some of the old days, which I'm yeah, I'm sure a lot of people don't know how old I am, and I don't like to reveal it. Let's just leave it as, and I'm writing a vampire novel because I am quite knowledgeable in the might be hundreds of years old and no one really knows. It's always good to write what you know. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much all I was planning on talking about and doing today. And so, next Monday, I will do some unboxings. And this coming Friday, I will definitely delve into the Magic the Gathering stuffs. I look forward to seeing you again then. And yeah, please tell other people, and yeah, hopefully there will be more people watching next time. But I do appreciate you, and you are my #1 fan, and I really, really do appreciate, and I am grateful and thankful that you dropped by and watched. Yeah, so I guess peace out. Yay, bye, see you next time.